Okay, we are live.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to tonight's session of A World on Fire. Just kidding. It's Sins of the Fallen.
Right, you messed it up.
I did get it. Yeah.
You were literally saying it, and I was saying it at the same time. And I was like, "Oh fuck, I got it wrong." And I was like, "Wait, Mike also got it wrong."
Yeah. I might be a little out of it today.
You might need to change up the way you do the intro so this one's slightly different.
Yeah. What's so funny about it is I even have the Discord open with the last episode, Sins of the Fallen, big title right there.
Yeah. To be fair, every week
it
when
just
you say the
flows.
title, I always think you're going to say "A World on Fire" without fail every time. It has not been a week where I've
And granted,
not
we were
thought
like,
that.
what, 100 episodes in on the last one, and this one's only 15, so
Yeah.
the other one's
Yeah.
just, you're more used to saying it.
This might be why CR has never changed their name in years.
Yeah, I think that's probably why. It's a good point.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I'll come up with a different opening. We'll see what happens.
Then you have to remember how to do that.
Yeah, right.
Either way.
Well, anyway, with tonight's session of Sins of the Fallen, let's try to hammer that in.
Sins of the Fire.
Sins of the Fire,
A world of sin.
a world all fallen. Yeah. So where we last left off, the party was reeling from the aftermath of their fight with the Chosen. The sarcophagus buried underneath a warehouse along with the Chosen's body. The party quickly moved, some trying to just get away while others acted as damage control so that it looked like they didn't have anything to do with it by putting themselves into the investigation. After clearing up some loose ends around the warehouse itself, they returned to the inn to make sure that everybody was all right, and then the next day went over to speak with Lady Augusto, who, seeing how the sarcophagus was in her warehouse, and she can write it off as being part of what was in the warehouse to begin with, she considered the deal still on, and gave at least some of the party the money for the transaction, some in a bank account and some in solid cash. And after securing their bank account, the investigators, I believe, were making their way back to the inn.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Well, the party still kind of split up, as some people are at the inn, some people are off investigating, and others are just kind of doing their own thing.
Like spreading rumors.
Yeah. So, we can start with the investigators, unless someone else wants to do something first. I'll take that as a no. All right. So the investigators being Kit, Ruby, and B, along with Kat, who's also with them, I believe.
Yes.
So what is your group doing?
Okay, so I guess it depends on. I don't know the best way to go about it through the city to do it, but we have to. I think the one, the place where we had to go check on our meat order. We have to go check on that. Yep.
Okay.
Also need to go check in with the old lady and bring her cat, Oleander.
Which you have not found.
Well, we found it. I have a cat
I
right
see.
here.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Got
And
it. You're going
yeah.
to lie to her.
Yes.
Yes.
That is the answer. And then we also need to go check at the city gates just to sort of see what the process is for leaving, so that we can sort of get ahead of that for when we plan to leave. So we know what we're going to need, but we're going to go about it as like a, ho, what if our criminal has escaped? How would they go about this? Sort of deal. We're investigating the processes of Horana.
Bureaucracy.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So those
So,
are the three things we have to do.
Okay, so which one of those three things do you want to do first?
I guess we could probably do the meat check first, because that seems like the easiest one to just kind of get out of the way. Because if
Yeah.
nothing's happened, then it's like, okay, cool, no change, bye.
Okay.
However, neither Taylor nor I remember the name of the place.
You might remember the general location.
Yeah, but we don't remember the place. That was Kayla. I think Kayla had that one written down.
Well, we'll just say for the sake of brevity, you go there and there's no change.
Cool.
Okay.
I guess we'll go to the. Might as well just do the old lady
Yeah.
first.
And then we can swing by the gate and then go back.
Yeah, I also. I don't know what kind of like crack I'm on when I take my notes, but they're ass. Like, I'm looking at the little block from when we were at that like little shopkeep, and I have nothing of value written down here. I didn't write down the lady's name. I wrote down look for Oleander the cat, but I didn't write down the description that she gave us when she explained the cat. I remember it was like black with like a white splooch, I think, on his like forehead or something. But I didn't write down her name. Like, what the fuck am I on when I'm writing these? These are useless.
That's so funny.
I had the name of the cat, but not the name of the lady.
Let me see if I wrote down her name.
Okay, I won't feel as bad if you didn't write it down either.
Doesn't look like it.
Ah, nice. Don't worry though, we have the name of her cat. I didn't even write down the name of the store. I just wrote down oddities. Like, what the fuck? What was I doing?
Well, you were on a date, so you might have been a little.
Jesus
scatterbrained.
Christ.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Yoy, yoy, yoy.
All right, so you go to the oddity shop, which I remember. It took me a long time to even find like a name from like the random store name generator.
I
that
know.
love. So
I should have gone back and
yeah, whatever that was.
yeah. All I remember before we like go in, I will also explain to like B and Ruby and Kat sort of what happened like when we went there, like what was up with it and everything. I really just want that never melting polar bear ice statue. Not gonna lie, that's all what this is for. I really want that thing. And it's so cool because I already have the silver box. I took that, and then I think did we buy the doll?
I believe you bought the doll.
Yeah, I bought the doll, stole the box, want the statue. In that order. Fuck, marry, kill. All right. But yeah, so before we get there, I will explain to Kat the cat that she needs to look like from the description that Kit will remember that Tori does not.
I think I remember it was like a black cat with like a star symbol on its
Yeah,
forehead.
with like a white star or something.
Yeah.
See, even the DM doesn't remember.
Yeah, it was. It was like near the end, so. But yeah, so I'll have her. Yeah, she still has a charge of wild shape left for today, so because she only used one earlier to become Lady Llama's cat. So now she becomes a different cat.
Okay. And you guys head in to this this like kind of bookstore and oddity shop,
Mhm.
and you can see that it doesn't look much different from the last time you were here, Kit. You can see the old lady in the corner. It's kind of early in the day, so you can see she looks to be napping.
Okay. I'll sort of just walk over to her, over to like the counter, and sort of just like knock on the counter to like wake her up.
Hello.
I'm holding
Excuse
the
me.
cat.
Yeah, he's just holding cat out like in two hands. She's just dangling there.
And see the old woman gets out of her rocking chair and slowly shuffles up to the counter. Hello, how may I help you today?
I hold the
I
cat
was-
up over my head.
I'm like, okay, hang on, B. Oh yeah, I guess you would have to hold her up really high. You're like fucking Rafiki holding up Simba.
Yeah.
Ben, yeah.
Do you? I was here the other day. Do you remember me? I told you I would come back after looking for your cat.
Oh yes, the young couple. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. I'm just here with my friends today, though. But we found Oleander. It was a struggle, but I told you my friend was very good with animals. Not that friend. As I look at B, just holding this cat like a toddler.
Whoa! Wow, that's fantastic. Where is he?
I will.
I jump.
I was gonna say, I was like,
Well, we'll say
put
that
the cat on the counter.
yeah, cat like
Yeah.
jumps out of B's hands and lands on the counter. And the old lady looks at Cat. Oh, well, this is nice, but this isn't my cat.
How do you put black cat star? Pretty on the nose, I'd say.
Oh no, it definitely looks like my cat, but it's not my cat.
What's
Usually it isn't.
what's different about
Oh.
this cat?
Well, she kind of like leans in and puts like her mouth off to one side,
Aw.
so that like it as if like to spare spare the cat from hearing her. It's like this cat looks kind of stupid.
Ouch.
Okay.
I wish other me were here.
Ouch.
I'll just sort of like turn my head like how I don't quite catch what do you mean by stupid?
Well, let's see. You, young cat. What is my business model?
Oh my god, does her cat talk?
To which Cat just meows confused. See, this isn't my cat.
Do you have a talking cat?
You say that like cats don't usually talk.
They don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure this cat's just not kind of stupid?
I mean, no cat that I've ever met talked, but maybe I've just only met stupid cats.
Maybe you have. Maybe you haven't met a smart cat like my oleander before.
We probably should have led with I have a talking cat when we were looking.
I didn't know. She neglected to tell me that her cat
Oh, I mean
spoke.
her.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I thought it was a given. I thought all cats could talk.
Huh.
Well, and I'll just pick up my sister away from the crazy lady. We'll be sure to keep an eye out then for your talking cat.
See that you do. I really do miss him. Haven't been able to balance the books in years.
Your cat was your
Years.
accountant?
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Sorry, you didn't answer my question. Your cat was your accountant?
Well, of course. His eyesight's much better than mine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right?
Well, we'll be sure to keep an eye out then. Sort of like give B like a nudge with my foot. I'm just like, and then in her head, just hear,
Yeah.
let's fucking go.
In your head, I'm like, yeah, let's see if I can get out of here.
Yeah, we just say like, okay, bye, and we all just leave. I also try like I cover Kat's eyes so she can't see all the stuff are in here that she could maybe want to steal. And I take her away before she gets any ideas.
When we get out there, I'm like, years? It's
I-
been years.
I didn't know her cat spoke. I thought she just, was missing her cat. Honestly, I thought her cat was probably dead.
Yeah, that cat's totally dead.
That or ran away to find a better life because that woman's breath is probably. I've smelled dead things worse or better.
I'm glad I'm
Then-
short.
You're very lucky. It probably just drifted over your head, but oh my god. It's like she just like sucks on pickled eggs for a living.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Yeah, anyways, alright, to the front gate!
Alright, you go to the front gate.
What's it look like when we get here? Is there like a lot of people trying to come in, a lot of people trying to leave? Does it look like they're
A
doing a lot
line.
of checking? Yeah, is there like a line? Like what's the customs looking like here?
So when you get to the gate, you can see that there's actually a lot of activity going around. There is the normal activity of people trying to get into the city to sell their wares. You also see that there's a lot of people kind of like. It looks like they're all kind of gathering in small little groups in order to like look at individual things. And you see one person kind of run by holding a stack of what looks to be kind of like thick folded paper, which Kit you would recognize being from the city of Verana. That this is kind of like the main way that people get like their news about what's going on in the area. These are broadsheets, or as us in the real world know them as newspapers.
Oh, okay. And there's a guy running like towards the front gate with all of these newspapers.
Oh no, just like a guy
So-
running
oh,
around
he
with
just
like a
ran
big
by.
stack of them. Like kind of like you can see like as he runs by, like someone like gets his attention and they toss him like a silver piece and take one of the paper off of the stack.
Oh, can I also try and flag him down then?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I will
Yeah.
also toss him my literally the only piece of coin I have. One silver piece.
And just like that, bankrupt.
Absolutely. Well, technically no, because if I just do one click over here
It's not split up yet.
and one click right here, I have significantly more money. It's
Oh, are you
just
talking
in a yeah, I'm talking about
Oh,
cat.
cats. Nice. All of her money is currently inside her cat form.
No, I have the bag because we needed it at the bank.
Oh, it's in the bag. I didn't realize she
I
kept
think
her
so.
money in
Oh,
the
I
bag.
don't know. I mean, I assume she just keeps so much stuff in there. I actually don't know. It might not even be in the bag, so she actually might have it. Well, then technically, I still have. Wait, because what did we do last week? It was 10,000, and then we put 5 into the bank, and then kept 5 out. Right? Is that what we did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna lie.
Yeah, that part I remembered. I just couldn't remember how much we were
We're
lying
gonna lie.
Oh
about.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and so okay, Kayla technically isn't here, but last week she specifically changed her proficiency with her subclass to deception for this purpose, but she's not here. But we did plan it ahead of time, but she's just not with us this week. So
Well, she has to do that after a long rest, right?
yeah, so she did it like last time when we were playing, like last week when we played, when we woke up to start the day of like going to see Lady Llama and everything, she switched it to deception. And we're still in that day.
Right. Okay.
No, I know. I'm just saying
Is it
that like
not
when we get
switched on her
back.
sheet or something?
No, I'm just saying that she's not here, but she's technically now the deceptive one in our little quad
Oh, I
group
see what
here.
you're saying.
But
You
I'm
want
just
me to
saying that-
roll something for her.
I'm just saying that like later when we need to lie, if maybe that could help us, because we did technically plan ahead. It just, Kayla's not here.
Right. Okay. Anyway.
But I will take my newspaper.
Yeah. So
Read me the headlines, God.
yeah. So you take the newspaper, and the first like the big headline, like the main story, is vigilante found dead.
Oh no, they found his
Oh.
body.
Uh-oh.
And it goes on to describe how
Magical pictures on these newspapers.
no, this
It's
isn't
just
Harry
text.
Potter.
Damn it!
Yeah, they don't have cameras or magical moving pictures in this.
So disappointed.
Be happy that I decided the printing press was a thing.
That's fair. I'll take it. Fine.
So yeah, it goes
Whoa.
late
Is
last
Mike
night.
super choppy
Am
for
I?
anyone else, or is that just me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, choppy.
It was like could not understand choppy. So
All right.
sorry about that.
How about now?
Eh, it's
It's better, not 100%, but better.
I mean, I'm sitting at 48 ping, so I don't know what's the problem.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's better. I can hear you better now.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll
Might
give
just
it
be
a
a
try.
Discord issue.
Anyway, so it goes on to describe how late last night, the guards were called to a disturbance where a warehouse had collapsed. Moving the debris, they found the corpse of a of a vigilante known as the Chosen. Investigations into who had killed the Chosen are pending.
Okay.
Well,
Any other? Maybe is there any other like minor stories of note, or is that really the only thing that's like worth it?
There are actually
Oh,
a few other
okay.
stories. There is continuing tales of skirmishes along the northwestern border around the mountains. Tales of strange creatures coming down from the mountains are starting to flood in. Luckily, the Empire has already moved significant forces into the area. So at the moment, the legions are doing a upstanding job of fighting these creatures back into the mountain.
Okay.
There is also a story about how Mata has recently completed a project and is going to be having a public demonstration tomorrow.
Hmm. Could I make any kind of assumption about what project this might have been? Like, do I know of any of them that were maybe kind of close to completion when we were there?
You have no idea. It has been
Hmm.
weeks since you have been in a massive facility.
Cool. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it for now.
Oh. Taylor, no.
Not gonna lie, that's
Oh,
kind of funny.
she's reconnecting.
Not gonna lie, the timing on that was kind of funny.
No more stories? I'm out of here. Fucking, fucking shit ass newspaper. You're alive.
yay, it worked.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Stories about what? I'm sorry.
Okay, well there's the Chosen being dead was the headline, the vigilante bot like his body being found. Then
I
there's
heard mountains.
yeah, there's skirmishes along the northwestern border along the mountains, and there's strange creatures that are coming down from the mountains, but the Empire has like dispatched like soldiers and everything out there, so they're dealing with it
Okay.
totally chill. And then Massa has recently completed a project, and there's a public showing of it tomorrow.
Ooh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, cool. I will keep this to show to the others later. All right, so back to the task at hand. The gate.
Yeah.
yeah.
What exactly are you trying to ascertain at the gate? Like, if people are just able to like come and go, or what?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out like if there's if you're leaving the city, if there's like a specific like process to that. Like, are they checking people? Are they asking for something in particular in order to let you like leave? Do you have to leave anything? Like,
Sure.
let them know where you're going. Yada yada yada.
Yeah. Yeah, you would ask around and find out that it's much like how it is entering the city, where You have to have basically papers identifying yourself and what your purpose was in the city. They don't really care as much about your purpose leaving the city, as well as if you have any cargo with you, then you have to give a manifest of what your cargo pertains to.
Of like if we're taking something out.
If you're taking something out of the city as well, yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's pretty easy. The cargo we had we're leaving behind.
Right.
And yeah. So then we have our things as well now from Lady Llama, so that should help us leave. And we can just forge up some we have our paperwork showing who we are. It was like the stuff we used to get in, right?
Yep.
So okay. And then I'll just make the giant Dragonborn invisible, so that shouldn't be a problem.
So, however, I should remind you that what that kind of paperwork pertained to was, you guys were here to basically deliver something to the Department of Antiquities. And if I remember right, the only reason you were allowed in was because you had Malkir's kind of like influence.
Yeah,
And
my
then-
scroll of pedigree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like and
It's so
all,
valid.
like all the identification paper. I think Ruby. I just kind of let her just forge that easily,
Yeah.
type of thing.
Hmm.
So you can still go with the forged documents if you want.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to go through the process of getting actual documents.
Well, I was just thinking we could just, I guess if we needed to, then we could forge new documents that are the same as kind of like the ones that we have, but instead of using Malkir's influence to get in, we'll use Lady Llama's to get out. But what I'm curious
There you
about is
go.
I don't know if they compare it versus what we use to come in.
Also, let's keep in mind they're looking for somebody named Stefan Nadir, not Melkir.
What?
True, but if they don't have a keep an eye out for suspicious Dragonborn,
You really
They're-
are reading
they're doing a
heavily
really-
into the
they're doing a bad job. Again, you guys are not the common race here. You do stand out.
True.
Sorry that I'm trying to keep you out of jail, Malkir. You're not even here. What am I talking? Does it look like if we maybe kind of like watching people leaving, does it look like they're sort of like referencing their paperwork maybe to like other things, like other documents that they have? Like maybe compare, like again, checking to see if the paperwork that they're using to leave matches what they use to get in.
I guess make a. Well, I guess there's not really a way for you to kind of like check that because you would have to sit here,
Then
watch
I'm gonna go
somebody
ask
come
him
in,
about it.
watch someone come in, and then wait for that person to leave to see if they had the same documentation to leave as it was to enter.
Fair. I will. Yes, we're gonna have to go ask them then.
Okay.
Under the. Yep, because we're investigators. Oh God, Taylor. Here we go.
Oh no.
Kayla, come back.
This is gonna be great.
This will be totally fine. Listen, we have our
Yeah.
fancy. Listen. If we just, I bet B and I are just looking at each other and we're like, we got this.
You have good charisma, right?
I do. Wait, do I? Yes, kind of, sort of. Yeah. Yeah.
Not one of us does.
+3. We're good. We're fine. Guys, we're here under our investigation for, criminals, suspects. We're
Yeah.
legit.
Murder.
We're having this conversation mind to mind, like we got this, right? We totally got this.
Yeah, totally.
Oh boy.
right, well,
Alright.
let's go. We got this, I believe.
Okay, so you walk up to one of the guardsmen, who's kind of guarding the gate and dealing with the people coming and going through the gate. And he, as you kind of walk up, he kind of like puts a hand out and he says, "Hold, there's a bit of a queue to enter and exit the city. Please wait your turn like everyone else."
I'm so sorry. We're not here trying to leave. We're an investigative team, with the city. We're currently investigating some of the issues that have been going on, fires, other crimes that have been committed, and we're just checking on the processes, see if any potential suspects might have escaped in one way or another.
I'm sorry, that was just so funny. The fires, other crimes.
Well, I was like, do I want to just spit out murder in front of all these people? I feel like that's not the best thing to be like, oh yeah, we're out here investigating dead people.
Murder.
Fire is not so bad. You don't want to be going around being like, ah yes, all the death.
Yeah,
Welcome to Arana, the place where people die.
Oh my god. Yeah, Ruby will kind of hold up the paperwork that authenticates you guys.
Yep.
I was like, "Oh, okay. What can I help you with?"
We're just curious as to the process, entering, exiting, how you guys verify people's coming and goings, that sort of thing. Just so we can have an idea if they could have slipped out.
All right. He will go into the very kind of long drawn out dry
Perfect. Give me all the
description
details. I
of
love this shit.
how the bureaucratic nonsense that goes
Mhm.
into entering and exiting the city.
Mm-hmm. I
Um,
am enraptured with this man's conversation that we're having. We're just,
I'm
yep,
gonna get
I'm in it.
distracted by a bug.
Yeah, it's basically just a bunch of like bureaucratic nonsense to give the illusion of safety. Like they're like
It's the
they're not
TSA.
actually they're not actually like background checking these people. They're just kind of like
State your purpose. State your
yeah,
intent. That sort of thing.
making sure that like the paperwork that they need to get in is like up to date, and just kind of like relying on the faith that the people who gave them their paperwork did their job.
Yeah, okay.
And then just like they'll they write down like the shipping manifest of said people that come into the city. As for like exiting, like if that person declares themselves like as part of the same company that came in with that shipment, then like that kind of is like a connection, but there's nothing stopping people from claiming to be part of a different organization.
Yeah, okay.
Like they
Good.
don't take down like these 10 people work for this business, and so if they come back through as not part of that business, that's like a
Yeah.
red flag. There's no way, like there's no manpower or like technology to like check that.
Yeah.
So
Listen, I am
yeah.
I am crossing my T's and dotting my I's. I am not getting arrested on my way out of the city.
Oh
That's
no. I totally get it. I'm just telling you that like
Yeah.
it's all the illusion of safety. It's like
Perfect.
they have no way of actually like checking this information to
Yeah.
actually catch anybody in the act.
Yeah.
It's more or less like people who didn't go through the work of getting their paperwork, they can't enter the city. That's basically the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll just have to make some amendments to the paperwork that we have and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, good. That was the main thing I wanted to know. I didn't know just like how thorough they were. So, yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Well, I thank him for his time.
All right.
And peace out.
And
Yep.
go.
Now where are you going?
Now we're going back to the inn. Because I think
Okay.
that's everything, right? That's everything on the list.
Yep,
Meat
that's
done,
everything.
cat done, front gate done. Now it's time to go live.
Sounds good. Okay. So, and I believe everybody else more or less is at the inn. Casper went off to do his thing, but you would eventually return back to the inn, right?
Eventually, yeah. I do want to kind of look around. There's like a central shopping market, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's not far from the inn actually.
Oh, good. I'm gonna go there.
All right. Yeah, easy enough. You go to the main market square within the merchant quarter. What are you looking for?
Just anything. Like I don't really have anything in mind. I kind of just want to see what's out there that might be interesting to somebody that's trying to pull off being high class.
Okay,
You
gotcha.
want like a monocle?
No, I have one already. Thank you.
You want two monocles?
Come
Two
to find out-
unattached monocles.
That would just be glasses by then.
No, they're unattached, so then it's just two monocles.
Come to find out, he stole my backup article.
God. So, yeah, it's easy enough. You find that there are quite a few people in the merchant quarter that sell kind of like fine fabrics that you could use to make into like a fine clothing. There's also a few tailors in town. They're not set up in like the market, like kind of like bazaar area, where you find the fabrics, but it's not hard to find like a nice tailor in town. You also find that there are people kind of like selling just different like accessories of different qualities, like jewelry, walking canes, other like fine hats, all kinds of stuff.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Kind of want to find. I don't need a fine hat because I have a crown.
Super not suspicious. Walk around with a crown.
It's fake.
I'm not sure if that helps.
Kind of want to buy a ring.
Okay.
Like a signet ring.
Yeah. Like a
Those big
signet
chunky
ring.
ones.
Yep.
You wearing your pinky.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. You find someone kind of selling an assortment of different rings. There are rings that kind of like are just like kind of like the bare like metal with like a flat kind of side to them that could easily be later engraved into a signet ring. They don't have any that already have signets on them. That wouldn't make sense.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense to buy one that's pre-made but not yet engraved.
All right. Yeah, they have rings in gold, silver, just kind of like a stainless steel, pewter, kind of going lower in quality as you kind of look further. Some are better than others.
I want high quality. I want like gold or silver.
All right.
Or in the off chance there's a platinum band. Ooh.
They wouldn't have anything platinum here in the uh in the general market of the merchant quarter. You'd have to go to like a high end jeweler, possibly within the
Oh yeah, that makes
lavish
sense.
quarter. But but yeah, they like a gold ring of just like no other like adornments, just like a yet to be engraved signet ring. I'd say like a gold ring would be like 25 gold. A silver ring would be like 5 gold.
I'll pay the 25 gold for a gold one.
All right. The merchant that you buy it from, this kind of like small halfling gentleman, thanks you for your patronage.
Thank you. Do you have any recommended spots for engraving?
Well, I do know a jeweler in town who they mostly do uh gem work, but they are able to engrave as well.
I expect their quality is high.
Oh yes, of course. The best jeweler here in the market quarter, the merchant quarter.
Where can I find them?
Oh, well, they're actually not far from here, just a few blocks on the north end of town. The name of which, the problem with random store name generator is if you want a specific type of store, you really got to go digging for it.
Yeah.
It's called the Deserving Frame.
The deserving frame. Alright. I will go that way. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to point out, because you guys can't see me digging for random names. One of these days, I'm just gonna cave, and there's gonna be a coffee place in one of these towns called Java the Hutt, because that has come up so many times for me.
Yes.
No one out coffees Java the Hutt.
Yeah, they're fucking everywhere, apparently.
Start a chain. They'll be in every town.
There's definitely one in Donskar.
Oh boy. All right.
Next thing you know, there's gonna be a Juba the Hat.
What the fuck? What does that even mean?
Put him around. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the deserving frame.
All right. Yeah. Easy enough. You head to the deserving frame. Just... Oh, nice. All right. Yeah. You head to the deserving frame, and inside you find a modest establishment. And there's kind of like glass display cases on either side, showing different levels of jewelry, different qualities, rings, necklaces, other adornments. And you can see that at a workbench nearby, having not moved when you first came in, you see the form of a female dwarf currently in the process of setting a gem into what looks to be kind of like a uh, like a brooch.
She seems busy. I wouldn't want to bother her. I will wait patiently.
All right. About 10 minutes go by as you kind of just quietly look around, so you're not just kind of hovering. And she finishes what she's doing, and she spins around and says, "All right, you've waited patiently enough. What can I do for you?"
I was told by another that you were the best engraver around.
Well, it depends on what I'm engraving, but I'd say I'm more than proficient.
I have recently acquired a signet ring, and I would like the prestige of my house carved into it.
The prestige of your house, eh?
Correct.
What house is that? I don't mind asking.
I am not from the Oran Empire. My house is foreign, but it is the Maximus house.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever heard of it.
That doesn't surprise me. It's much smaller, unfortunately, than the great houses of the Oran Empire.
That's fine. As long as you're not part of House Burgess, I'll help you.
I'm afraid I don't even know who they are.
Good, you don't want to.
I'll take your word for it. House Burgess. I'll pull out the ring and show it to her.
Yeah. Looks like Bartleby's work. Little halfling guy.
That's the one.
Yeah, I can work with this. Do you have an example of your house's sigil?
Yes, I do actually. And I'll pull out my banjo because it is carved into my banjo.
Okay. Interesting. Well, on a surface as small as this, I'd say it wouldn't take long. However, I have a few projects ahead of this one. If you're willing to wait until the morning, I can have it to you by then. I'd have to hold on to the banjo as well, if that's alright with you.
Um, I don't suspect I'll be needing it anytime today. If I do, I have other instruments I can pick from.
All right. Well, a simple engraving, take a couple hours, say 20 gold. Does that work for you?
That's fine. Do you expect me to pay when I come back for it?
Yes, you don't have to pay up front. I don't care that much. If you don't come back, then the ring is mine. And I guess also the banjo.
I will be back.
Sounds good. What's the name for this order?
You can just put it under Casper.
Casper. Thank you, Casper. I'll have it ready for you tomorrow morning.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. I will see you in the morning.
All right.
And that's all I need to do. So I'll go back
Sounds
to the inn.
good. All right. Now, I believe that's everybody's at the inn now.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember if Malkier had left to do something.
Nah.
Okay.
Aside from getting the wagons, we should be good.
Yeah, that's what he had gone to do. He went with the NPCs to go pick up the new carts and stuff.
Right. That's right.
But I think he got that all done last week.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't remember if you guys had done that because we did something similar in our Tuesday game. And it all just kind of blends together.
Yeah, we definitely did that last week.
Yeah, he
Sounds
got
good.
that done last week.
Cool. All right. Then, say Casper will get back shortly before the ladies do. And so, as the ladies come back, everyone is sitting there in the common room of the inn with bated breath.
Sorry guys, we got no money. No. What a shame.
Oh no.
That was sad. Since this is probably more like daytime-ish, are there like other people as well in this inn other than our group?
It's like mid-afternoon. I'd say it's a little early for the regulars to start coming to get drunk.
Okay.
So, other than the bartender, there's nobody else.
I will come on in. Sit down. I imagine.
Yeah, I'll sit next to everybody.
Is that still a cat?
Technically, yeah. It hasn't been more than 2 hours since she turned into the second cat.
That's fair. All right. Well, you know, we're just gonna leave her. That way she can't protest verbally to giving people money. Just I was gonna say just out of curiosity, haha. But is she's still not back, right? Neither is Sorth.
Ooh, curiosity?
Yeah.
Yeah, neither of them are back.
Okay, so it's just the other 4 NPCs
Yep.
and us. Okay, just double checking. That'd be so awkward if they were like, all of a sudden, you have 2 more people.
Hey, I heard you guys have money. We're here for our cut.
Yeah, we're here for our cut of doing nothing. I will. Okay, I don't think any of us actually remembered to do the math over the week of what would be in each of these little pouches. But I will reach into the bag of
Fantastic.
holding. We'll have to do that math. But I will reach into the bag and I will pull out like one at a time and try and just pass people their little bag of money.
I mean, we got paid how much?
We got half of the original, so 5.
So it would be
So we took out 4. How much? Well, fuck. What did we do? We took out 500 in
platinum.
platinum, and then 5. The other 500 in gold, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is what we did. Or no, we did 450 because to make it 5,000, it was 450 in platinum.
That's right.
And then 500 in gold. So then divide that by 11. Ah, Other me, you're here, just in time for the money. You are just you. You really do embody your character.
Hooray! I'm greedy.
So each bag would have 40 platinum in it,
Mhm.
and it'd be so that it was 500 gold, right?
Yeah, 400.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we could technically make it. I don't know if it makes it easier to, instead of having that like leftover 10 platinum, we could just say it was 440 platinum and then 600 gold, because then that way, by splitting the 40 gold between 11 bags, that removes all of the platinum, and then it's just 600 gold 11 ways. I think that makes it easier.
Okay. That would make it a lot easier.
Let's just do it that way.
So
So 600 gold.
So that would be then 54. God, this is so stupid. 54 gold. So 44 platinum, 54 gold, 5 silver, and 4 copper.
Yeah, so everybody gets 40 platinum.
44 platinum.
No, 440 divided by 11 is 40, not 44.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I was like, wait, how the fuck are we getting to... Yeah, so everybody gets 40 platinum,
I
54
already
gold.
started this night by saying I would have
40 platinum, 54 gold, 5 silver,
and 4 copper.
and 4 copper. There, okay.
Thank you for
Actually,
putting
here,
it down.
I'll put it in there. It's in the note. Campaign note. There.
Josh also put it in the roll 20.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'll put it in the note as well, just in case if ever in the future for some reason we forget. And then there we go.
I see they turned on.
Or would like look into the notes, like, what do these numbers and letters mean? What is this code?
Yeah.
So Casper looks at it. So where's the rest of my other half?
There is no other half. This is the full.
Not the amount I agreed to.
Well, this is the amount that we could get her to agree to. With all the issues. You know, the fact that her warehouse, part of it collapsed. And then potentially having to deal. Actually, I take out the newspaper and I go, now she also is technically in the middle, or sort of connected somehow to a murder investigation, as I put down the newspaper, which has the big headline of the Chosen being found dead in the warehouse.
I don't see how that would contribute to us getting half.
That's fair. That's a
We're
fair
only
point.
getting half because the other half, think of it as a tax for the difficulty and the pain in the ass we've caused her. And in Casper's mind, because I know I don't want him to be like a dog with a bone on this, in Casper's head you'll hear, fight me just enough, but let it go.
if you were only able to negotiate half, maybe I should do the talking from now on.
Well, you know what? Next time we're in a city and things need to get done, how about you go offer yourself up to the city guard and invent an entire, detective agency and get on their good side so you're able to walk around where you please, okay? We did our best. This is better than nothing. And look at it this way, we all escaped with our lives and our freedom. So, if that's not worth the other half of this, then I don't know what is.
It's not. We could have risked more. Casper will just get up and walk off, taking his bag with him.
I flip him off as he walks away.
So, I'd say, how do I want to? I'd say Casper and Kit, both of you make performance checks.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Okay.
natural 2.
All right. I'd say between the two of you, that's enough. So then, Kit, go ahead and make a deception check at advantage. And then, if
Oh.
Malkir and Felcrum, if the two of you want to make insight checks, you can. Otherwise, I'll just roll for the NPCs.
All right.
Wait, okay, this is really funny. I think we forgot to tell
Yeah, doing so
Tori
good.
that we lied about half the money, and so in our group chat, she's like, we only got half? Oh my god!
I didn't want to interrupt. I'm just trying to figure out what's going
Natural
on.
20 against her, yes!
That's so funny.
I guess to catch you up real quick, just before we keep going, we did get the full 10.
Yeah.
5,000 of it is in a bank account that we have access to, and then we only took out 5 to give to everybody else, so that once the NPCs are gone, we have more.
Nice.
We definitely figured you'd be okay with this plan. Also, I am currently in possession of the bag of holding.
Do I know that
Wow.
that we're getting all of the money?
Yes, you do. You were with us when we
Yes,
went
you
to the
were there.
bank and everything. You were there with
Okay.
we. Yeah,
That
we
was-
took you with us when we went to go visit Lady Llama and do the negotiation.
That
So you are completely in the know.
Okay.
But I have the bag because I needed it at the bank, and you were a cat. So.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. And yours having 0 wild shapes for today is correct. You had used twice.
Oh my god, every single
Nobody
one
believes
of them. That is
Oh
so
yeah, sure.
funny.
You roll 17 and I roll a 2.
17, 17, 20, and 18. Can you take your fucking shit out of here?
Hang on, I got a theory to test. Okay, yep, still below 10.
What in the ever loving fuck is that?
Okay. So, I've got a theory to test.
Did they not roll at disadvantage because I gave them like fucking a fuck ton of money? Like,
No, you got advantage. I'm not giving them a disadvantage.
well, they should.
You know what? I'll give Arthur a disadvantage because he likes you.
Yes. if you roll like a nat 20, I'm gonna cry.
There you go.
Yes.
So you got Arthur. Arthur
Excellent.
believes you.
Thanks, buddy.
So, I'm gonna give you something here.
Hmm.
Now that other Tori is here.
Yeah.
So, Cat.
That's me.
You can see that the look on Athelos, Toshi, and Fira, the look on their faces, they're slowly kind of like trying to decide whether they believe your sister or not. And you have a moment here where I guess, how do I want to describe this? You have a moment here of changing that outcome.
Oh no, I gotta add to the show.
No, this is something different.
Okay.
This might be a sin thing.
Oh, it's my thingy.
Yep, I think it might be your sin thingy.
So,
Oh, no.
so you, it's kind of hard to describe this because you're currently a cat.
That's true, you're still a cat.
But you kind of feel like a strange, like, not burning sensation, just kind of like a warmth inside of you, as something is kind of pulsing, I guess.
Well, I want to change it.
All right. So, go ahead and roll me 1d6.
Oh god, what could possibly go wrong? Nothing. I forget how to use Roll20.
Okay. So, you lose 2 gold.
No, the worst outcome.
You
This
lose
is
2
hell.
gold as the money that you stole from the fountain and the corresponding luck that the people wished for by throwing the money in that fountain is used up.
Ooh.
Like 2 or 3 sessions ago, I had you roll 2d20, and I've recorded those results. You rolled a 3 and a 5, and now you can use those 3 and a 5 against any of these 3 people to change their roll.
Oh, that's cool.
to reduce it by that much?
To make that their roll.
To make that their roll?
Dang,
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
Much like the divination wizard Porton.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
And bear in mind that one of these is technically actually a failure, as it is Arthur's
Yeah.
roll.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm Arthur is off the table because he already failed.
Yeah. So it would
I'm
just be
saying
there's 3 rolls,
There's
not
3
4.
people.
Oh, one person
Af-
has to know.
Yeah, Athelos, Toshi, and Fira. Who of these people do you want to change their role?
Gosh, I don't remember any of these people.
Toshi and Fira are just 2 of like the homies that have just kind of been around. They're like other
They were other orderlies that worked
other
with Arthur.
orderlies, and then
They're-
Athelos was like, the
They're the only ones that survived Kit's explosive magic.
Okay.
But haven't put it together that Kit was the one who
I
killed
crushed the rest of them.
Well, Athelos can fail then,
Okay.
or have one of the lower low. And gosh, I don't know. I already forget the other person's name. Oh yeah, Toshi and Fear.
Yeah, Toshi or Fira.
Toshi. Sure. Yeah. I don't remember those 2 people. They don't matter.
It's one of them.
Okay. So you're choosing Toshi then?
Yes.
Okay.
Has one of them been around less?
Not really.
There,
Dang,
yeah.
They're just nobodies. Okay,
Yeah, they are. They're
that's fine.
They're really faceless to us in this group.
Yeah, then just Atlas and Toshi, I guess. Just because I feel like I remember that name more than Fira, apparently.
Yeah, Toshi was the only one that actually was like conscious at the end of that fight. Fira, he had like she was the only one that didn't die, and so he basically like woke her up at the end of that fight that killed all the other order.
Yeah.
And so she kind of has been not as prevalent because she wasn't actually like conscious for a majority of the fight.
She's literally just been around.
She's just been there. Got it.
So so
Expecting a cut.
really she's the one that you know the least about.
Ooh.
Curious.
Oh well, she gets to know. I guess.
Okay.
Not...
I was also gonna ask, can I don't know if you can you Silvery Barb's insight checks?
I mean, that is an interesting idea. I guess
I've never thought about it like as a in like I've only really
The-
thought about it in combat situations, not out of
so,
combat.
yeah, so like the problem is like yes, you can definitely Silvery Barbs an insight check. The problem is that you have to then deal with the consequences of like why did you just cast a spell when you were talking about all.
But the only thing with Silvery Barbs, the only like component to it is like what you say. There's nothing else. So the spell is cast just by when you speak, right?
Yeah, you
Right, but
magically
they still know it's like a spell. Like your
Okay.
voice carries with like magical power. It's not like you're just
Okay.
subtly saying something.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's like Lord of the Rings.
Oh. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, well then, that's fine.
So I feel like otherwise we'd be fucked if we ever encountered, other spoken spells.
All right. So yeah, with that, then you see the kind of like there's kind of like a moment of confusion on Toshi and Athalas's faces as they're unsure of whether or not to trust you, change slightly to believing that you're correct. And you just kind of get like a narrowed look from Fira, but she doesn't say anything else. As everybody else just kind of takes their bag.
It's just like rubbing her temples as if she's just like, I'm so tired of this day.
Yeah. All right. So, now, Kat, I would like you to roll me 1d20.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
I'm scared.
you never love to hear roll me this dice, but then don't know what it's for.
Yep.
Come to find out, Mike has an ongoing karma mechanic going on now.
I'll also sort of point out to everybody on the newspaper about the other things that were on there. So the fighting going on near the mountains and the weird creatures coming down from the mountains, and I guess this is also pertinent for Other Me because she wasn't here, but Massa is going to be revealing some new successful project that they completed tomorrow.
Okay.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
I imagine it says probably in the newspaper article where it's
But
happening.
I mean, can like anyone go?
I think it said it's like a public.
It's open to the public.
Yeah, I was
Can
gonna say
we
I feel like putting it in the newspaper is like the worst way to keep it.
That makes sense.
This is not for the public, but we're telling you all about it. um, yeah, in Kat's mind, she'll definitely hear Kit just be like, "We're going."
Oh, good, because Cat was probably gonna be like immediately in Kit's mind. Can we go?
We say it at the same time.
Falcon would be interested in the article about the invasion stuff coming from the mountains. Which area of the mountains are they coming from? Does it describe that?
It's the northwest.
Yes, but I mean everything's northwest. All the mountains are northwest.
It just says in the northwestern mountain range.
And if you were to read the article a bit more in depth, it would.
Oh, okay.
It would describe that it would be a little bit north of the city of Killamore.
And would Falcon put that together with where Stratholme is? And would he believe those two are connected?
Yeah, you would know that Stratholme, like being not far from Donskar, that is the kind of like around that area there. And so you would definitely kind of like connect those dots. Whether you think that is connected or not is up to you.
He probably believes it's connected. He's just going to sit there and read that full article, just so he knows. You don't have to come up with it or anything, but he's just going to read about it.
There you go.
And he just looks a little dejected about it. A little, not much, but...
Joe, did you name one of your characters, one of your cities in your backstory as Stratholme from WoW?
No, I said Strathmore.
Oh, Strathmore. Okay, I misunderstood. I heard Stratholme, and I was
I also
like,
heard Stratholme.
Okay,
yeah, and I was like,
probably
wait
said
a minute.
Stratholme, but
Yeah,
I
just
meant Strathmore.
Strathmore. Okay, I was like, that sounds familiar.
Yes, I meant to say Strathmore. That's where I got
Okay.
the idea from, but I didn't want to
Yeah.
steal it directly. So
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. All right. I was just like, hang on a second. I guess we don't really have anything else to do today. Oh, right. I guess I also forgot. We'll also sort of explain how our getting out of the city situation has changed a little bit, since we do need to use paperwork to get out, but we probably don't want to be connected to the antiquities, the Department of Antiquities, since of the issue that went on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I imagine Kit and Ruby would probably set to fixing up our paperwork so that we could leave when we need to, anyways, or when we need it.
It's mainly just a case of adjusting our paperwork.
Yeah, we just need to remove your stuff and probably put down Lady Llama instead. Because then we can use it in conjunction with her seal, and then it's just like an extra layer of authenticity to get out. That's what I'm doing.
What time of day is it now?
It's afternoon.
Afternoon.
All right, I'm gonna start drinking.
I haven't stopped.
I have money now.
I have money now. True.
Yeah, I should point out that it's a good thing you're getting that paperwork taken care of, seeing how the massa display that you're interested in does take place outside the city's walls.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was outside, but okay. Well then
I
You have
forgot
to
definitely
read
getting
the full
Sorry.
article.
Yeah.
Well, God didn't tell me the full article, okay? I asked. He gave me
You
the
asked
Spark
for the
Notes.
headlines.
You asked for Cliff Notes.
I got the God gave me the summary, all right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
display it's there's like some fairgrounds south of the city that
Okay.
whenever there's like a big like event going on,
Mhm.
A
they
World's
use
Fair era.
like if there's like a I don't know like a nightly tournament or like a holiday where there's like a big like festival going on
Yeah, they
that
do it out there, so it's
they use
just
at the fairgrounds because it's a lot easier to turn that into like a big open place for people to
Yeah.
party instead of having to worry about that happening in the city.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, perfect. And that way people from outside of the city can come too and not have to worry about trying to make all the paperwork necessary to get
Exactly.
in. So,
Yeah.
more accessible for everybody. Okay, well then that is what Ruby and I will do is we will set to the task of updating our paperwork.
Sounds.
And then B is drinking. Velcrum is drinking.
Wait, did you ever go to that old lady?
Yes. Okay. So we typed it out. All I wrote was that we kind of explained it, but what happened is we went to the old lady. We had you. That's why you're missing 2 charges of wild shape. You became Lady Llama's cat, and you became the old lady's cat. But when we got there, the old lady was like, "This isn't my cat. This one looks stupid." And we were like, "What do you mean?"
Whoa,
She-
rude.
I know, exactly. And then it was like, "What do you mean, stupid?" And she was like, "Well," and then she asked you a question like, "How does my business operate?" And B and I were like, "What the fuck? Are you expecting a talking cat?" And she was like, "Well, don't all cats talk?" And then she talked about how it hadn't done the books for her in years because it's been missing, and so her cat also does math. And yeah, so basically the lady's fucking crazy, and we left.
Okay, I have an idea.
That's perfectly fine.
I need to short rest, please.
Well, you can do that. You can have a cat nap right
I'm
now.
having a nap.
Oh my god.
Because she asked you, what was the question she asked specifically? It was, how does my business operate? Or something?
What's my business model?
What's my business model? And we were like, what?
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
I guess I probably know the answer, but I gotta ask just to be safe.
Sure.
Did I answer?
No, you meowed.
Yeah, you
Dang
meowed.
it! Okay, I'm going back. I'm talking in her head.
You're gonna go back and be a psychic cat.
I'm gonna go back and make money.
You gotta train the books.
So,
But
yeah,
I need more wild shapes first. Okay.
so you can
Nap.
have your cat nap. Are the NPCs just chilling?
Kinda.
What's
I
kind of mean?
know?
Fira is kind of like gone off, and is kind of like just sulking in the corner because she's the only one that thinks that you're lying, but she doesn't have proof, and
Yeah.
she's kind of the quiet one of the group anyway.
Oh, good. Do I know that, like, what happened? Like, what I did somehow?
Yeah, does she know that she used like luck to change anything?
I would say you got like a general idea as like of the kind of transfer of luck that you just used.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely know something happened because you got all warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, and then they were like, huh? And then they looked. But
Yeah.
she wasn't. I'm gonna go nap right. Well, I'm a cat, so right on her lap because I'm assuming she's sitting somewhere.
Who, Fira?
Yes, the one
Okay.
who didn't change.
Okay.
Gotta keep her scared, even though I'm a little cat.
Like She's traveled with you enough to know you can turn into animals, so she knows it's you.
No, I know. I'm not trying to
Okay.
be sneaky. I'm just
Oh,
like
okay.
keeping an
comfort the
eye
plan.
on her.
In this adorable small fuzzy form.
Yes.
She just
Forgive
kind
me,
of
I'm cute.
she just kind of looks down at you, like confused because you've never like paid her any attention before. And yeah, she doesn't say anything. Yeah. Athelos will take his money and leave. Toshi takes it and he starts to kind of like count it, but not because he doesn't believe you, just because he's never seen this much money before.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah,
When
and then
when
and then,
Casper comes back.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead and do Arthur first.
I was just gonna say Arthur was just kind of hanging out, doing things.
Okay.
He can come sit next to me.
Sure.
When Casper comes back, he's gonna go over and sit by Toshi. Just be
Okay.
like, what do you plan on doing with all your money?
That's a great question.
Ever thought about owning land?
Fucking goddamn
Like,
Retire, build a nice house.
I don't know. I'm actually thinking about doing some more traveling.
It's an interesting idea. What if you could do both at once?
What do you mean?
I know of a place. So I've done a fair bit of traveling myself. It's an island. Some direction from here. I think it's either east or west. Fairly certain it's west. It's west of here. It's called Sarnath. Beautiful country. It's a good place to go see.
Sarnath. Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's pretty far. It's very far. But I know a guy that sells property there. It's pretty reasonably priced. So if you want to travel and have a place to settle down at, he's the guy.
Huh. I mean, it's definitely interesting. To be honest, when I said travel, I meant just around the Empire.
Why limit yourself?
I don't know. I just I've always lived inside the Empire. There's always been kind of like this like shroud of safety when you're in the Empire. Like, you always hear about like these like conflicts going on outside the Empire, and we don't really have to deal with that here.
I mean, every place has their conflicts, and some more than others. Thankfully, the people that live in Sarnath are very peaceful. In fact, there's virtually no conflict on their island.
You're such a fucking troll.
Not that it's gonna fucking matter, but go ahead and make a deception check.
Oh my god! When you said Sarnath, I was like, this motherfucker is trying to set like, oh well, yeah, sure, send him to the racist land. Christ.
Well,
All right, well,
not even just racist. It was like they're constantly like at war with their
Yeah!
neighboring
oh,
country.
constantly.
They're
Yeah.
just literally caught. There's no peace there. Everyone's racist if you're not like a dragonborn or like a kobold or something. Like it's
My minimum's 21. So
Right, I know.
I think it's one of those things where it doesn't really matter, but we just want to see.
Yeah.
There's
well,
a
my
hard
streak
cough
continues
from the
of below
Dragonborn.
10.
Would this fall under Malkir's knowledge base? You know, Dragonborn.
I hope the Dragonborn knows about Dragonborn.
Well, as I told you when you were making your character, not all Dragonborn come from Sarnath. Like
There would at least be a degree of understanding. Like this place does exist, though, right?
right, yeah, you've heard of Sarnath, but like you don't know anything about Sarnath in itself. You're not from Sarnath. You're from the Empire.
Yeah.
But you would know that there's probably a suspiciously large population of Dragonborn over there.
I would say you would know that Casper's claim of never any conflict there
It's sus.
is very sus, seeing how the way Dragonborn got to this continent was a failed Sarnathi invasion.
So I would know about that much.
Yeah, it was hundreds of years ago, but like you would know that's where your ancestors came from.
Yeah, you're like,
I feel like raised eyebrow to the claim of no conflict. Okay. Definitely a look of suspicion, but I won't tell that to Casper.
Casper also just does not notice you. Noticing.
invested in his scheme.
Well, it's definitely an interesting offer. I think I still want to stay closer to home, though.
I get it. Casper like stands up. Safety and peace and whatever. Just walks off.
Okay. I'll let you know if I change my mind, though.
He's very busy. Do it in a couple of days ahead of time before you want to meet him.
Okay.
Casper like stops and turns around and goes out the door. I need to fetch the carrier pigeon I sent off.
He says as he grabs a random pigeon from off the street.
Just clasps a pigeon in his hands, like you.
No, he just walks outside, and then just stops and does nothing because he didn't actually send a fucking
He's just
pigeon.
Fucking
No.
lying, yeah.
Well, he'll send a pigeon to himself.
Oh my god. All right. Do you guys have access to Ruby's sheet?
I don't know. I think
I
the only
do.
one would be. Yeah, I was gonna say someone piloted her. I'm pretty sure at one point.
Okay. Oh, Nestor, go ahead and just make like a general
check.
dexterity check with advantage thanks to forgery tools.
She does have a skill specifically on here for forgery kit. Would you prefer that?
Probably just click that then.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, you said advantage what?
But it's either proficiency or advantage. And seeing how she already gave herself a skill on her sheet, we'll just take the proficiency.
Alright.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Well, that was based off of her intelligence. though. What's her dexterity? Is that
Plus
also
3.
+4?
+3.
Oh, it's +3. Oh, so it's actually 11. All right. Well,
It's just altering information. DC can't be that high.
I mean, it looks all right. Looks passable.
All right, we'll take it.
Yeah, you guys don't have any cargo, so it's probably fine.
And we have our seals from Lady Llama, so
Yep.
You gave
So-
those out, right?
I don't know how many did she give us? I actually don't remember if we
One
talked
for
about
you-
that.
everybody.
Yeah, the deal was for 11. So
Oh, okay. Well, sorry.
she gave
Those
you
would have
11.
those would have been in the bags as well then.
I'm assuming
Sorry.
they were in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bag.
They were just in the
Okay,
bags.
good.
I just didn't. Yeah, that was sorry. But I was so focused on the fucking split of money that I forgot about those parts. So yeah. I guess then. Oh, I guess part of like the conversation would have also been a mention of like, use these wisely or you'll be in trouble.
Rings eerily similar to the parents telling Malkir, use the scroll of pedigree sparingly.
hmm Very similar. All right. Anything anyone else would want to do in this afternoon and evening?
I don't think so.
I'm just drinking more.
Keep an eye on B and make sure she doesn't fucking.
A gamma
Um,
is it's a gamma, right?
What's that?
The spelling of the name, just for note-taking purposes.
For who?
For our
Lady Llama.
Boama Augusto.
Balama Augusto.
I think the other reason I always just revert to Llama is because I don't know how to spell her name, so I can't see it in my mind.
Well, here, let me give you that then.
Thanks.
After returning back inside the inn,
Mhm.
Casper will retire to his room. And as he's walking through the lobby, Kit will just get a message in her head, just says, "Meet me upstairs." As he keeps going.
Once
I got the name right. So
I was
before
gonna
there's
say-
confusion around
yeah,
this.
I was gonna say, could you? Oh my god, could you imagine? Sends a message to Kit. Hey, Cat, come upstairs. Kit just looks at you like you motherfucker. Like you can't even tell us apart.
yikes.
No, but yeah, once we're done like the forging and whatnot, and I'll hang out after hanging out with like B for a while and making sure she's not just gonna totally fucking drink herself stupid. I'll go upstairs.
All right. You head upstairs.
And knock on Casper's door.
It took you long enough.
I was busy. You didn't say right now.
Okay, good point.
What
Come in.
do you want to talk about? Shut the door.
What part of this didn't you tell us?
Just in case, because I don't know if ever people want to snoopy eavesdrop, I will do this mentally, but I'll let him know about the rest of the money. We have more. I just didn't want to have to split it between 11 people when we'll be able to split it amongst a lot fewer people in a, I don't know how long it'll be until that happens, but I can't see us traveling with them forever.
I thought this was already gone. Arthur, you can literally get rid of whenever you want.
Athlos is
I
gone right now.
I hope it's forever.
Same, but I don't think it's actually forever.
Well, if it comes back, we'll figure it out. Toshi and Fira, we can just send them. So I was trying to get rid of Toshi, but he sucks.
It's like, wow, you really developed a. You really don't like this guy for no reason, huh?
All the reason he wouldn't give me
Okay.
his money.
I feel like that's not okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't see them sticking around, but it would be really suspicious if now we just were all of a sudden like, okay, get out of our once we get out of the city, we can go our separate ways.
Yeah, once we leave. Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
have to kick them right now.
That's what I said. I said I don't see them staying with us for much longer. I don't know how long that is.
So what's your plan with your boyfriend?
Ha ha.
I am not traveling with him more. I'm not doing it.
You just don't like anybody.
It's very difficult. They crowd my space.
They crowd your space.
They crowd the air that I breathe does not need to be shared with them.
You share your air with a lot of people. You know that, right?
I hate it.
Why don't you go live on your island?
Who told you about that?
You literally were talking to Toshi about it downstairs.
It's not my island. It belongs to a fake person.
I know it's
Not
not
that you
your
know that.
island.
Didn't hear this from me. It's real. It's a real place.
I know it's a real place.
You're over here to torture me.
You asked me to come up here.
That's true, I did. Seriously though, when are you getting rid of him?
I don't know. At some point. He's useful. He buys me things.
I feel like you could literally have anybody buy you something.
That's
I could
fair.
have somebody buy you something.
I know. I could have plenty of people buy me something, but it's convenient. He's right there.
You like the attention.
I never said I didn't.
I know. I don't pick up on things very well, but that one was easy.
I love Casper so much.
Don't let him hear you say that.
So is this it?
He loves him too.
He does. More than anyone could ever possibly love him. He loves himself the most. Is this all you wanted to talk about?
I mean, if you want to stay, you can.
Why would I want to do that? I have a boyfriend, remember?
Now you're using my own words against me. So clever.
No, but seriously, was that it? I'm really tired. I've had a long day.
Oh, okay, well. That's literally, yes, that's fine. As long as there's more.
There's plenty more. The other half more, in fact, yes.
Good.
But thank you for only pushing so far. It was helpful. Although I'm really wondering what happened, because Toshi and Athos really did not look like they wanted to believe me, and then all of a sudden they just sort of did. It was very strange. Did you do something?
I wasn't there. No.
Oh yeah, that's right, you left. Huh. That's
I
odd.
could have, but I didn't.
That's fine. Probably for the best. Probably would have just been more suspicious if they knew something was fucking with them.
Either way, they could have taken nothing and left, or taken what they got and
Yeah.
left.
Exactly. At least they got something. I could have
Some
been.
bad in the amount.
I could have made it way worse and given them significantly less, but it's not like
I
I
don't
gave
think
them.
we ever had a concrete deal on how much we were splitting it.
I don't think so either, but an even 11 ways just seemed the best way to avoid any hassle.
True.
Again, if you don't want them breathing your air for much longer, then we want these deals to just be easy, not
I really don't.
complicated. Wait,
Easier
so
the better. In everything.
then why are you staying with all of us if you don't like people breathing your air?
I still need company.
You mean groupies. You need people to help you out when you do your fucking one-man show.
That's part of company, is it not? People are people.
He's
You
like,
guys just
company,
happen to be a red
business.
Plus, I like looking at you.
Just sort of like quirks a brow at you, like, nope, not doing this.
Not falling for it.
It's like, it's like, nope, you're giving my sister attention, fuck off.
Yeah, actually, is that what you say to him?
No, it's just like an eyebrow quirk of like, really? What a weird thing to say.
Anyway. Change your mind? Although probably not tonight, actually thinking about it.
Eyebrow moves higher.
Sorry, I made plans with Kat. I should probably honor those.
Kit just like covers her ears and she's like, I'm leaving now.
Don't want to think about it. Don't want to think
Not
about
that bad.
She's like, la, 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 la. Even though it wouldn't matter anyways because you could talk in my mind. So like you can't cover that up with just outside sound.
Don't
Doesn't
want her
care.
to see you doing that. She's still learning.
Psychic earmuffs.
Earmuffs. So, psychic earmuffs. Psychic earmuffs. Gotta invent those. Write that down. Write that down. But yeah, Kit leaves and she's just like, nope. Not listening to this. What you guys do behind closed doors? Nope.
Go downstairs, and then just it. Yeah, then to Kat, just be like, whenever you're ready for tonight, I'll be upstairs.
Who is currently lying on Fira's lap.
Yeah, as a cat.
Yep. Oh, mentally.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't like go up to her, you just kind of send a message out.
Yeah, I just kind of look down and send it,
Okay.
and then just return back, and just hang out. Oh, and I don't
Alright.
even think Tori's here.
Possibly.
He said sorry, beer.
Yeah. Damn, that was gold.
B, so yeah.
That's fine.
Anyone else? B passed out on a table.
Yeah. Not really anything else planned, but I will tell Rain. Trying to get the right sister the first time, and nope. Rain can't do it. Kit. Wait, no. God damn it, now I'm doubting myself every time I choose the name.
Just think of it
Which
this
one
way:
of-
do you want to
which
talk to
one-
Tori or Tori?
Which one of us do you want to talk
That
to? The
narrows it
greedy
down.
one or the horny one?
The horny one.
All right, that's me.
Yeah, I'll let
Jesus
you know
Christ.
that I bought the that I went out with the others
Oh,
to
for the
buy
cart
the
and stuff.
to let them know that we got some horses and wagons set aside.
Oh, okay.
Since Casper is otherwise occupied at the moment.
I don't want to talk about it.
I should also point out to you, Kit, when you come back from talking to Casper, Arthur's not there anymore.
What? No. My boyfriend left. He ghosted me.
You just went
Um,
upstairs with Casper. I mean, come on.
I didn't go with Casper. Casper was just upstairs, and I also went upstairs. I will ask Falcrum, did you see where he went?
Would I have seen where he went?
Probably not.
No.
I'm just curious, where is Belcrum at the moment? Is he guarding the wagons?
No.
There's nothing on the wagons to guard. They're just
reading-
wagons.
He's reading the paper.
Yeah, and drinking with B.
Yeah, Ruby would
yeah.
probably also be there just drinking.
Yeah, once we finished our paper forging. If I like go outside, is he just like, I don't know, maybe outside? Just chilling or something? Or is he just like gone?
Yeah, I guess that conversation is too long. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Huh. Make sure I'm actually on me. Okay, I am. Perception. Whoopah. Wow, I really could use that earlier. Fuck.
Really
Yeah.
could have used that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would see, as you kind of like go outside to look for him, you can see him walking up the street away from the inn.
Alone? Or is he like with someone?
He is alone.
How far up the street has he gone?
Yeah, maybe like 100 feet.
Mm,
And then you see him turn down a main thoroughfare, leaving your line of sight. That's the word I want to say.
line of
I-
eyes.
I was like, line of eye of sight? What is it?
I'm gonna pop Inkblot out and sort of turn him to like look at me with a very serious face on and be like, "Listen, buddy,
Oh,
Have it-
God.
I have a job. Don't give me that. Can you actually just not get distracted? Just stick to the plan, okay? You remember, what is it? Hamster, gerbil, guinea pig guy? I can't remember what it was.
It's a guinea pig.
Guinea pig, you remember him, right?
You don't even remember his name.
I know his name. I didn't think you cared.
I don't.
Exactly. Anyways, he went down that way, and then there's like a main thoroughfare, and then I don't know if he went left or right, but
He
went-
made a left.
okay, made a left. Can you go follow him and see where he goes and what he's up to?
Oh my God. Fine. And he goes begrudgingly flying off in the direction of Arthur.
As he like flies off and Kate goes like back inside, she's just like muttering and it's like one day.
Go ahead and make a perception check for Inkblot. See if he can. It's
Oh,
his plus
right.
3 bonus.
Is it +3? Okay.
Yeah.
1d20 plus 3. That's an equal sign. Plus 3. 19.
Okay. Yeah.
You got this, buddy. How
Alright,
far
then.
out can I look through
Sorry.
his eyeballs again?
100 feet.
Oh, okay.
So he's way outside of your range by the time he
Yeah.
finds Arthur.
Okay, well, I'll just have him follow him around, I guess. That's what I told him to do, so.
Sounds good. Alright. And then you head inside.
Yeah. Kit's gonna try and stay awake up, like, as long as she can to the point where then, like, until eventually she, like, would have to go to sleep, right, to get, like, a good rest in. But, yeah, she's gonna try and stay awake and see if Arthur comes back before she has to go to sleep.
Okay.
Or Inkblot, I guess, whoever comes back first.
Clock comes in, it's like, yep, he's dead.
It's like, but did you... It's like, yes, but where? He's got a lot of money on him. We gotta get that shit.
Why didn't you grab it?
He's a raven. He can't carry that much.
But he's a familiar. He can just eat it all, right? Is that how it works?
Shove it in his belly. Do either of them come back before I have to go to sleep, or no?
Well, that depends. Is anybody else doing anything?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I feel bad though. But I want to. Today is the same day that you tried to take the cat to the old lady?
Yes.
I guess I should wait.
I'd give it like 24 hours at least.
But we're leaving.
Well, we're just
Couple
we're not
hours.
we're not we don't know if we're technically like full on leaving tomorrow. We just know that the master showing is tomorrow, but that doesn't. We could technically come right back in afterwards if we wanted to,
Okay.
or we could do the thing before we go to the master show, which I highly doubt they're like, all right, guys, 6 a.m. Let's go for that. Let's go for that early crowd. That's definitely when
Yeah,
we're
but
gonna.
we should go for the early crowd.
Get those prime seating.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can try it, like, do another attempt at the old lady tomorrow.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, only because I don't want to be that guy and do solo.
That crazy, watch that crazy lady try and like fucking eat you or something. Like, yeah, don't go by yourself. Fucking weird.
Fuck. Eat you.
Nom nom.
She's weird, bro. I don't trust like that,
Oh,
okay?
she's just an old lady. I could take her. It's okay. I won't do anything. I sleep.
I don't, you weren't here, but yeah, Casper told you to go upstairs after.
Oh, I did that.
And said he was waiting for you.
You've been summoned.
Yeah.
Such a weird
Yeah.
way to phrase it.
Yeah. Did you say beaconed?
Yeah.
You've
Yes,
been beaconed.
I did.
Not beckoned, beaconed.
It's one of those two.
Yeah. No, it's one of those. It's just the one. Yeah, just the one.
Yeah, one of those two.
Is beacon even a word?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's what happens when you get conned by B.
Oh god.
Damn.
Oh my.
There, I fixed it.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I guess. Are you drinking at all, Kit?
He.
What's
We're
that?
not. we're gonna drink tea. We're not drinking.
Drinking tea.
Yep.
Late night tea. Sounds good.
Hell yeah. She's just like, she'll like read the newspaper with her tea while waiting. Like,
Like the old lady she's meant to be.
All right. Then, I would say Inkblot would come back first.
okay.
It'd be
I just like see him tapping on a window outside. Like,
Yeah, we'll say like you had like gone to bed, but like we're still awake. And it's around midnight when Inkblot comes back and is tapping on your window.
okay. Can I open? I don't know if the window's open. I'll just open the window and let him in.
Yes, the window's open.
We're sealed into this tavern or this inn, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Once you go into the new turkey, you never come out.
Yeah, and he will come back. He will hop in. And he hops in, and then he shakes his feathers, getting water everywhere as it had started to rain.
No, I just like put my hand up, like, oh god, come on, Drew. Thanks.
You're welcome.
So, why are you like this? Just tell me.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want me to report back? I thought you just wanted me to follow up.
Yeah, yes, I want you to report back.
Well, he walked for a little bit, and then he met a guy, and then they walked for a little bit, and then they went into a house.
Met a guy, and is it one of the guys that we travel with here in this group?
Yes.
I sort of describe Athelos, that guy.
Yes.
Where was the house?
I don't know.
I
That way, and he points in a general direction.
the wing sticks out, like just like what? What can you describe the houses around said house? I don't know, the area you were in. Were you down?
I don't know. It was big.
Was it fancy? Was it not fancy? Were they down by like the docks near the fountain?
I mean, some could call it fancy. I thought it was a bit gauche, but whatever.
And then you just, once they went in there, you came back, or you saw them leave?
They were in there for a little bit, and then they started to leave, and they're on their way back here.
Just the two of them, or were there other people with them?
It was just the two of them. 2 men enter, 2 men leave.
Stop being. Why are you so dramatic all the time? They never should have read all those books around you. God. All right, well, thanks. Do you want to stay out here, or do you want to, Do you want me to send you away?
Embrace oblivion.
She just groans and snaps her fingers, and off he goes. Fucking bird. It's like, one day I will successfully summon you back as a Tressum, and you won't be so annoying.
Oh, you think a cat is gonna be better?
Yes.
Okay, good luck at that. Clearly, you don't know my opinions on cats.
Oh no. Okay, wait.
I feel offended.
What's the other thing? Isn't it like a bunny that's got like a unicorn horn? Isn't the other?
Yes, it's so cute.
All Mirage. Yeah. All right.
You mean you don't want an abyssal chicken?
Yeah, that'll definitely be what I want to put Inkblot into, so he can peck me nonstop. Yeah, sure. Fucking no, thank you. Which reminds me, now that I have more money, I can go buy better stuff and see if I can successfully do that. Buy fancy.
Yeah, the degree of incense you use makes the spirit a different spirit.
Well, no, but I might have a higher chance of summoning him as not one of the basic bitch familiars.
Okay, I have to get my bag of holding back. Give me my bag back.
Dude, you're not in here. You're with Casper.
I knock on the door. Walk in. Have my bag
wakes
back and eat it.
wakes up in the middle of the night. Like,
Where's my bag?
I need my bag back.
I just like open the door and she's just like rubbing her eyes. She's like, "What are you doing?
I need my bag.
Why aren't you sleeping?
Where's my bag?
It's in here. Where do you think it is?"
Grabs bag.
Oh my
Sleep
god.
well. I leave.
She just like holds her arms open like, "Really?" Ugh. It's just like between Cat and Inkblot, Kit's gonna start going bald at the age of like 30. Like,
It's okay. She's a changeling.
that's
I'm
true.
not contributing to that. I gotta work harder.
No, you haven't made it. You're not. It hasn't been long enough yet.
Technically, you are
Give it-
contributing to that.
You are contributing. It's just it's in
Yeah,
smaller
true.
quantities. Actually, you are contributing just by association.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Knowing though that Arthur and Athos are just on the way back, Kit's just gonna kind of like stay awake now until they get back.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Inkblot already woke me up. You're just giving me a headache in the middle of the night.
I'm not there anymore.
In your mind. No.
All right. Yeah, you would hear them walk upstairs and make their way to their room.
It'll just like open her door and look out. Where were you guys?
Arthur kind of like turns to look like, "Oh, hey kid, did we wake you?"
She's gonna look at him with like this super suspicious look, like, "Where were you?"
Oh no. This is where the relationship dies.
You went out and you didn't tell me?
It's trauma. I should have got popcorn.
You're not here.
In your mind, you hear.
She's just gonna sort of like rub at her eyes and be like, "No, my sister woke me up, but then I heard footsteps."
Yeah, sorry, we had some business to take care of.
In the middle of the night?
Well, I mean, it was late afternoon when it started.
And it's now like the middle of the night.
Well, still getting used to the city, I guess.
You got lost? That's what took you so long?
Yes.
Arthur is me and I am Arthur. I feel like I don't even need to roll insight to know that that's suspicious. Come on now. But I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
Oh, that's so funny. 16. Mother trucker.
Man, why couldn't I roll this well on Wednesday?
Right? Oh.
Although to be fair, I was mostly rolling damage rolls on Wednesday.
Yeah, to be fair, it's a DM thing, right? Because see now you and Josh have flipped.
Yeah, maybe it is.
It's really just that whoever's in the GM seat.
I mean, I roll pretty well on Tuesdays.
Because Josh like slapped the silly on Wednesday, and then now not so much.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of he gives you like a little look of vacant innocence. It's like, oh, maybe he did just get lucky.
In a city that's pretty well marked where to go. He's like, okay. And Athos is just like, Athos just go in his room. He's just like, I'm not doing this. Bye.
As soon as like it started turning into like a couple thing, he was like, "Ooh, good luck,
He
buddy."
just
And went
sort of like
inside.
the like Homer sliding into the hedge. He's like, I'm out of here. So where did you go?
Well, I just thought it's a lot of money. Best to keep it somewhere safe.
So you went with Athelos, but you didn't take Toshi and Fira?
We asked them if they wanted to come with. Didn't sound like they wanted to.
Why didn't you ask any of us?
Well, I was gonna ask you, and then you kind of disappeared. And I don't really know the others that well. Should I come inside? This kind of feels weird doing this in the hallway.
Having this conversation. Kid will just be like, no, it's fine. Good night.
All right.
Sad face, close the door, go back to her room.
Good night. Okay. And hear the sound of his room open and close.
In her room, as she closes the door, she's like, oh, God.
And then in your head, you just hear, "Are you okay? Do you need a hug?"
Go to bed.
Delayed. Good night.
Good night. Don't let the fen bugs bite. And go to sleep.
All right. And it is the next morning. Everybody gets wonderful long rest.
Wow!
Yay!
We did it! We live another day.
Woohoo! My spell slot comes back.
Woo! I didn't use anything.
Okay, so what's the plan for today?
We're gonna
remember. What's that?
We're gonna the thingy.
The thingy.
I'm going to get my ring first.
The massa reveal.
Yeah, the Massa reveal, which I
Gotcha.
imagine it was written around what time? In
Yeah,
the
it was.
article?
It was actually pretty early morning anyway.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Wait, didn't Kat want to go back to the old lady?
It's okay. This is more important right now.
That's fair.
Yeah, this takes precedence over all. We're like, please give us something. Anything.
All right. Are you? Is Casper going to get his ring by himself, or because it's kind of on the way?
I mean, if it's kind of on the way, then I guess we can.
Well, I didn't tell anybody about it, so.
Well,
Oh
then
well, then never mind. I guess
Cap
Casper's just leaving.
Cap was probably up like first thing, like with excitement, like, is it time to go?
Yeah, it's like 6 a.m. on the nose, like, huh.
Wake up! It's Christmas!
It's Christmas, yeah. Runs in the kids' room like, kid, wake up. She's like, oh my god, no.
Got one.
She
gotta
calls
get
it
the other.
Catsmas.
It's Catsmas!
Casper just like gets up and is like, I don't think it's for a while yet.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but we gotta beat the lines. And get good seats.
Is it a seating event?
I don't know.
He's like, then we need good standing spaces. I don't
No,
care.
gotta get good spots.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, I run out of the room.
I have a stop to make for.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, cool, that's good for you.
Well, the prime seating though.
And then would be the bothering of Kit.
Yeah, Kit just like puts her pillow over her head and like burrows into her blankets, like, leave me alone. Cat is the morning person.
She gets excited
Alright.
easily. I just want to go
Yeah.
to that massive thing.
Yeah. Easy enough to pick up Casper's ring. There doesn't need to be the interaction there. It's 20 gold, just like she said it would be.
Woo, get my banjo back.
No, you get your banjo back as well.
Are you wearing your fancy new ring?
Hell yeah, that's the reason I bought it.
You know how many things
Haha.
Cat buys and doesn't wear?
Haha, it doesn't fit. You never got it fitted. No, I'm just kidding.
It's the wrong ring size.
No, I'm not that big of an asshole to go to that niche of a detail.
Or you put it on
I
slides
changed the
right
size of my finger.
Yeah, plus that. All right. And you guys head out. Going through the gate is actually really easy. They're barely checking people's papers because
They know how many
Like-
people are probably going out for this.
yeah, everybody's got like everybody that's leaving is pretty much going for this festival type
Cool.
thing. This show.
So it's right for us to go early to get good spots.
Cat and I are once again generic human number 1 and 2.
Yes.
All right. And yeah, you make your way to the fairgrounds south of the city. You can see that people are already kind of like getting there themselves. There's like there are kind of like what looks to be like viewing stands that are getting set up, as well as there's like people with like event food kind of walking around like crying out.
There's some
Is there funnel cake? Funnel cake! Yes! Nestor!
We're on the same wavelength.
Can't believe you thought funnel cake before beaver tails, Tori. I'm offended.
I was gonna do like something a
Nah.
bit more kind of in the times, like buttered rabbit or some shit.
Nah, funnel cake.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. They have funnel cake here.
Yeah.
Why
Yes!
Excellent.
I need it.
The 2 additions to this universe
Never
that
had
we
it.
wanted. The printing press and funnel cake.
To be fair, funnel cake is not that hard of a thing to make.
Yeah, it's just like dough and cream and fruit.
Yeah, that's true.
It
just
sounds like fancier than it is. It's really the word funnel that throws it off.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like it probably took a lot more time to make back then than it would have
Yeah.
now, and so it doesn't make sense why it would be in like a mass quantity type thing like this. It's more something that you would
Look, I'm not saying it's as
order from
good
a
as it
bakery.
is. It's not as good as it is now, but it's still there.
God.
Can't take this away from us.
Oh my god. Yep, but yeah, as the people kind of like file in, you can see that it's kind of like nobody really knows what to expect. Usually,
Is it
whenever there's
standing?
what's that?
Is everyone just like standing around?
Well, I mean, like, yeah, like there's a lot of people just kind of like standing. There's people in like these kind of like kind of like bleacher seating as well for like the more well-off people.
Yeah, Kat and I are shoving to the front. Wherever the
Yeah.
front is, we are
Yeah,
fucking elbowing people out of the way.
you shove your way to the front, and you can see that there's nothing really there to look at. There's like a couple like people that you recognize from your time at Massa, kind of it looks like they're kind of setting up equipment, but it's unclear. Like from what you can gather, it's like you don't see anything like fancy or like overly mechanical that they would be like setting up, getting ready to show the crowds.
Doesn't matter. It's gonna be epic.
Look, we
Hopium. Kat and I are on all the hopium.
had to get here early, get good parking, good seating.
Working. We walked here.
As you guys are waiting, you can see that there is a retinue of what looks to be like guards, kind of like pushing people out of the way to make way for a carriage making its way through the crowd up to what looks to be a kind of like separate boxed off area where you can see some of like the nobility are currently sitting.
Is this like royal family carriage?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Since we did get there so like super early, can I begin?
24. Man, can I roll these? Why can't I get these earlier?
Can I
Yeah.
start ritual casting detect magic?
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah, while she's doing that, Kit, you look to see the carriage, and you can definitely see the clear symbols of the Orin royal family.
Yeah, okay.
And as it gets up to the box, you can see the door open, and you see a figure walk out of the box, and you recognize who comes out of the carriage, because, I mean, it's royal family. Everybody recognizes him, who's from the Empire at least, or from Orana, to be more clear. You would recognize this as one of the royal princes. This is Prince Godric, and with him is his wife, Princess Emma.
God, Godric already sounds like an asshole.
Why? Because he has a wife?
His name is Godric.
Okay. What, do you want his name to be? Steve? Prince Steve.
When they get out of the carriage, Kit will like sort of nudge Casper and like gesture over to them, thinking he'd probably be one of the more people most interested in the royalty.
Royalty. Suck.
He has a nicer crown than you do.
Ooh.
First of all, ouch.
He's also
Second
not
of
wearing a
all-
crown.
What? What good respecting royal family members wear a crown when they go out into like vast swaths of public? This man is a fake. Imposter!
More, why would he? Why would he bring like the family jewels to a big public event?
No, these people have a bajillion different crowns. They have the ones that they wear out in public that are like, eh. Then they got like the big fancy schmancy ones for fancy schmancy time. Have you never watched The Crown? Come on.
This is not the 1900s story. They don't have a crown for every occasion. This also isn't based off the British monarchy.
Question for you, Mike.
Sure.
Considering my background and position of privilege,
Uh-huh.
would I understand which circles Godric tends to mingle in as far as if this is a common occurrence for him to show up to as far as an event?
So...
Yeah, I could probably tell you that.
with your background, you would actually probably know that Godric, being the crown prince, actually, he does have a lot. Like he deals a lot with like with the military. Like he actually like is on
Oh,
like the
So even more so because I work with Exata,
yeah. Like he's
the military
like
academy.
you haven't met him, but like you know that he like he's on like the Emperor's War Council.
Oh, he's got his name on a building in there in that city for sure.
Yeah, and so to see someone who usually like deals with kind of like military operations and whatnot,
Mhm.
like helping with like troop movements
Scientific
and whatnot.
ceremony.
Coming to a scientific public showing seems a little odd.
Mm-hmm.
Are there only members of like Massa in sort of like the obviously like where they're setting up and stuff? Is there like anybody from the dude?
From Dude.
From dude.
From dude.
Sorry. Literally the shining achievement for me this campaign was naming all these places. all
The
these
part-
Uh,
It was either Dude or Dodd, so I
No,
guess
it's
Dude.
no, well cuz it was the DOD, but you got to change it up a little bit, so it's the DOOD.
Dude.
God.
So it's the dude.
Well, you don't really have a lot of experience working with dude, though.
No, but I would know like what they. I don't not like working with them, but I still like obviously would probably know of the.
You'd be able to identify a uniform or two.
Well, that, and I would know that like, seeing like that they operate with like anything like magical like weapons and defenses and stuff. And then I assume that even without like even not having Malkir's background, living here would also know that the Crown Prince is not a sciency man.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would say that because you don't know anyone like personally from dude, if there was anybody like here from dude, you wouldn't.
Oh, I
like-
meant more like uniform wise, or like if I could spot
Oh
something
yeah,
like
there's
that.
there's nobody here in an official
Okay.
capacity. If there are people here from dude, they're not here like officially.
They're
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Ooh, science.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I just like didn't know like maybe if this was like a joint thing with them and Massa. Okay, yeah, cool. Just checking.
So whatever this is, it has the Crown Prince's interest at least.
You know what? I forgot about dude, to be honest.
It's Department of Oran's Defense, magical
Yeah.
weapons and defenses.
So I
for-
would say with like the Crown Prince's involvement in the military, he would actually have.
he's probably the head of the dude.
He's probably like either the head or like part of like has
Yeah.
like dealings with dude a lot, if not
He's-
the head.
You could say he's one of the head dudes.
He's one of the head
He's
dudes.
one of the
Yeah.
head dudes.
Jesus
Yeah.
Getting everybody to sit here and say "dude" over and over is
It's
making
so
my life just
weird.
10
I
out of
know,
10 better.
I just sitting here smiling.
I know. I literally have been smiling since the first uttering of the word "dude," and yeah. So does that change something then?
I mean, other than him being here,
Okay.
he's the only person that you would know of that has anything to do with dude.
Okay. Thanks.
Oh god.
God, that department is such a fucking.
So,
Best day.
more time kind of goes by as more people kind of get kind of flood in and fill the space. Just as people are kind of like starting to get a little antsy, you can see a very tall figure make their way into the kind of like center of the fairground where everybody is sitting there watching. You would, Kid and Cat, the two of you would recognize this figure. This would be the lead enchanter, Vonyo.
It's
What is it?
Horncarver.
Yeah, Horncarver. Yeah. Tulyaga being
Yeah.
his last name. Yeah. But Horncarver for his nickname. Yeah, a very tall figure, being a Goliath wizard himself.
Mhm.
He kind of like steps out so that everybody can see him, this imposing figure.
It's like I
a-
want to be you.
and you can see he kind of brings his staff out in front of him, and as he goes to speak, his staff seems to kind of reverberate
The
his
microphone.
words so that everybody can hear him quite clearly.
It's a
Cast the
microphone.
as he casts the thaumaturgy spell.
That's amazing.
He says, "Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to our little demonstration. I can see we have quite the turnout, as well as very notable figures," as he kind of gestures towards Prince Godric and the other nobles that have kind of come to join him. I'm sure everybody is wondering what it is exactly that we have to show you today. It is something that we have been working on for quite some time. Something that has had complications, pitfalls, but we knew from the beginning of our empire this is something that we have always strived to do. He kind of goes into a very long-winded speech about the history of the empire and the etymology of the family, like the royal family, and how their sigil is that of an owl. Specifically, because when they first came to this land, they were treated well by the kind of like the giant owls that lived in the mountains to the north and helped them kind of thrive in this area. And when all of the giant owls died off, we found that it was our turn to take the skies for ourselves. And at this time, everybody can kind of hear a very heavy humming coming from
Oh
the
shit.
west.
I was gonna ask. I had casted detect magic before it all started. I'm
Right,
guessing his
yes.
long-winded speech probably. Oh wow!
Well, detect magic itself also doesn't have that long of a range.
That's true. Is there anything right immediately around us?
Not really, to be
The
honest.
homie casting thaumaturgy.
Yeah, like he's not even like really within range of the detect magic. You just obviously can tell that he's using
Yeah,
magic to
I
speak
knew
louder.
I should have wandered, but I don't want to wander. I won't see it. Okay, it was a checking. Thanks.
Oh,
Sure.
we're holding hands.
Yeah, we're like. Anyway,
We would like everyone now to look towards the west and welcome the next step into the future. And you can see there's like a small kind of like tree line of like a neighboring forest, and you can see a shape slowly making its way over the trees as the kind of loud humming sound starts to get louder. And you can see cresting over the treetops what looks to be almost like a large cloud made out of cloth, with underneath it hanging what looks to be a standard naval vessel, as a flying ship makes its way over the fairgrounds, and everybody points up at this flying ship, and everybody goes crazy over this new development, this new invention of what looks to be air travel.
Is this a fucking blimp?
It is a fucking blimp.
Nice.
We are the Fire Nation in this story.
Yeah, we're the Fire Nation.
Well, the Fire
Yeah.
Nation stole blimps from that inventor in the Earth Kingdom, but it's fine, whatever.
we don't know that we didn't.
You know, that's a good point.
Anyway, the airship makes its way until it is hovering directly above the kind of like the sequestered off area where all of the mass of people are doing their work, and you can see as they go to work quickly, working with the air crew of the ship overhead to basically fasten down the airship as it comes in for a landing.
Explains why the Crown Prince is here.
This explains a lot.
Yeah.
Cat
Oh,
just
God.
says, "I need one."
Oh god, this is just like the Hindenburg.
So we've already stolen one piece of technology from Massa. What's one more?
This one you can't hide in a pocket.
No, but we could just take
You
it.
can just fly away.
We could.
And where are you gonna hide it?
You don't need
Just live
to.
on it, it's fine.
Yeah. Yep.
Look, at least one of us can fly up there.
Horncarver continues like as the ship comes in and is completely landed. With our display concluded, I would now like to invite anybody
I'm running.
to come up onto the ship and take a look for yourselves. This part of the demonstration, however, is ticketed. Tickets are 20 gold.
Oh, fucking, we're
I'm
in.
running.
Looks to the
I'm first in line.
looks to the twins is like, we're doing this, right?
We're already gone.
We're
You look
literally
at the
gone.
twins, and they're gone.
Damn.
You look at the silhouettes of their puffs of smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a dotted line in the air where they used to be.
Yeah.
Look, I'm interested because, you know, pride and all that, and yes, I want to see this.
Man said we now, and Kit and Kat
we're
were like, yep.
look at this. Let's go.
All right. It takes a bit because even though you guys were at the front of this crowd, you are not nowhere near where the entrance to get up onto the ship is.
We did not choose proper seating to account for the fact that this was a ticketed tour.
We
Yeah.
didn't know it was gonna be
We didn't-
Skyship.
Didn't even know there were tickets to buy for the sky ship.
But after waiting in line for a little over an hour,
Yeah.
mark off your 20 gold if you're getting onto the ship.
Yep.
Mark
My 2 platinum.
Yeah, or 2 platinum, whatever. Yeah, and you make your way up onto the ship. There are crowds of people. They specifically landed the ship for this part as they knew that the amount of people that be coming onto the ship is nowhere near what the balloon could handle. So it kind of shifts a little bit with people's weight, but it's mostly solid on the ground.
Kit and Kat are literally like investigating every inch and nook and cranny and like every single part of this thing. We're just like, it's like so excited.
I cast Enhance ability as a 3rd level so that we can better understand it both. Absorb it all.
Absorb.
All right. Go ahead and make Arcana checks.
What does enhance ability do?
It gives you advantage.
Intelligence, we have advantage both.
Yes. Let's go. Ew. Come on.
Oh, me too.
So I guess what are you trying to understand about this ship?
Everything. Oh.
Like, how does it fly? How does it? Like, honestly, like I guess probably you want to know how it flies. That'd be the most
the main
obvious
thing, yeah, the main thing we really do want to know is mainly how it flies, but then also sort of taking a look and see if it's like being prepared for like other applications, but they just haven't like set stuff up on it yet for that.
Okay.
Specifically weaponry.
Sure. I'd say then, for understanding how to fly, we'll take the Arcana checks.
Right.
For trying to find the incomplete parts of the project to see where things have been left empty for future things to put into, that would be an investigation check, which would also be an advantage.
Yeah. Do I still have it clicked? No. Okay. Huh. 22.
We're going up.
You're an 11, a 12, a 13.
Just immediately like, I want to know how it flies and how I can fire with it.
And how I can get one.
So, Kit, you would see that there is a chimney from below decks that kind of goes up into the balloon. So you would gather this is kind of like a real life kind of like blimp where it's hot air keeping it aloft. It's not
not magic.
It's not like magical crystals.
Okay.
But like
We're not there yet.
yeah, like what is creating the fire, you're not sure if that's magical or not. But you gather that the balloon part of it is just straight up science. Using heat to fill a space. Heat rises, balloon rises with the heat.
Yeah.
Ship rises with balloon. As for the investigation check, you can see that there are some spaces that might have weapons placed on them. Whether or not that would be like heavy naval cannons, or if it would just be more kind of like your a little more kind of lightweight, like maybe like a harpoon gun or something. It's a little unclear. What you will notice as you kind of like are making your way around the ship is that it does have a rather large cargo hold.
For a payload.
Maybe.
You can drop bombs with this thing.
Drop something.
I need a souvenir. Is there anything
I need a souvenir. Is there something she can rip off?
I can just grab real quick?
Cat's airship. You could fit so many explosives in this thing.
I guess what's the like what level of souvenir are you looking for here? Because if you want to just grab like a splinter of wood, that's fine.
Well, no, that's boring.
Okay.
But like, but it can't be something super obvious either. Like it's like, oh look,
Oh look, I took the ship wheel.
look at this engine I got. Yeah, basically.
There's a girl up at the helm just like shoving a wheel into a bag, and everyone's like, "What are you doing?"
Nothing. It's fine. Just carry on. Gosh, I don't even know what there would be. Something that I can. I need a souvenir. I don't know. Just some sort of little like trinkety thing. I mean, I feel like there's probably not much on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, this is the base model.
Yeah, this is the experimental model.
I'm gonna be the true evil person and take one screw. No. This
Takes
isn't
a nail.
important.
Yeah,
Takes a
they
nail.
don't need this little piece of metal.
This is mine. So I guess there's
Jesus.
nothing. Then never mind. I guess it's okay. We'll just take the ship later. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Are we able to go below, or is this only above deck that we're like allowed, like on the above part that people have to walk around?
You would be able to go to every part of the room, of the ship, except for the engine room. They
Okay.
they won't let public into the engine room.
Trade secrets and all that.
But I want to go.
I know I want in there.
I'm gonna
so
stay
bad.
in Kit's head. If I can cheap into something else, I can go. Wait. Oh no, you don't have ink blood. I was gonna say you can put ink blood in the bag of holding. I'll wild shape. Go in. Pop him out. You can look through his eyes. I'll look around.
Oh my god.
We'll put him back in. Change back. Pop out. But it's too late. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Are we being constantly watched in every room?
Yes.
Yeah, I imagine there's probably a ton of guards on this thing.
Yeah. I mean, I did prepare spells for sneaking because I had an idea that I would want to see whatever they presented.
What is this like the ship part made of? Like just wood?
Well, I like that three of us are on the wavelength of. Can we steal an airship?
The ship looks like it was a repurposed like naval ship. It looks like they've removed the keel so that when the ship lands, it doesn't like angle off to one side. They've kind of flattened off the bottom of the ship.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, but for the most part, it looks
Like a boat.
like a regular ship that they have taken the mast off of and put a balloon above it instead.
I'm gonna say to Kit in her head. Yeah, can you distract guards? I want to go in their room.
Oh my god, there's gotta be so many guards down here. What do you want me to do? Strip naked? Like, there's so many people that. Wait, maybe I could. No, that wouldn't entice. That would.
You
Let's
never
say
know.
pulled up fucking fainting. Oh no!
I just need to turn into something small so I can go in.
I just sort of in her head. I'm just gonna be like, this is. We really can't. Don't, Cat. This is not the place for us to get caught.
I won't get caught. I haven't gotten caught yet.
We've gotten caught plenty. What are you talking about?
You
Not
literally
for
got
me
caught almost
sneaking.
every time.
No,
Yeah.
I got caught once, I think, by the guards as a cat. It's fine. I haven't gotten caught yet, is what she's gonna say.
We'll sort of like walk over to wherever she is and just sort of like grab onto her hand really tightly, like this is not happening.
I'm gonna talk to Casper in his head.
Uh-huh.
I need a distraction for Kit and the guards.
Did he even come with us? Oh yeah, no, he
Oh.
did.
Yeah, he spent platinum instead.
For the record, I think there's a minimum the twins, myself, and Casper on the ship.
Did Felcom go?
Nope.
Okay. Well, what about B? Did B go?
No, she didn't go.
Okay.
He's like,
Okay.
I do not care. She's like, that's too much walking.
She's like,
Yeah.
oh, cool, blip.
Yeah.
Oh wow. She's like, it's just a boat, guys.
Yeah. So then, if Felcrum and B stayed on the ground, then Ruby probably would have too, unless at a later time Kayla wants to decide otherwise, which is fine.
I'm not letting go of Kat's hand. I'm holding on to it very, very tightly.
Casper will respond in her head. What are you planning?
I want to see the engine room.
No, I'm good.
What?
I'm gonna say to Kat and be like, Kat, we already have the bag here, which is risky enough. Let's not push it.
I'm gonna say to Kit, I can still just wild shape while you're holding my hand. It won't
Yeah,
stop.
yeah, do that in front of all of these guards.
That's why you should just help me.
There are too many
Distraction.
guards even for me to distract. No.
Fine. Pout.
I pulled the big sister. No.
Why not?
Because. I make sure to never let go of her.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's probably everything. I mean,
Okay. So do you
nothing
guys
else.
leave the ship then?
yes.
Okay.
Drag her with me.
Yeah, I'm just there to chauffeur. So I'll follow.
Okay.
Casper was like, probably shouldn't let them go by themselves.
Keep an eye on
Yep.
everything, but also, get on to note what sort of capabilities we got going on here. As far as a fucking airship that we've apparently advanced to.
Oh yeah, bro. This is not like the other continent.
Science.
Science! I
Um,
made massa in the first place.
mhm. I was like, low magic setting, huh? Well, time to high science.
Yep.
No magic, high science.
Yeah. The best way. Steampunk,
Alright.
baby.
So, as everybody kind of gets off the ship, do you guys stay at the festival, or not the festival, the fairgrounds for until the ship departs?
we
Or
gotta,
you-
you gotta let me go before it leaves.
No.
You gotta let me go before it leaves. You can come
No.
with, hop in the bag. Wolf.
No. Bag!
Before
I'd
it
at
leaves.
least like the clock where it's going next.
Okay, sure. All right. Well,
Be able to clock a vague destination that they might be taking.
yeah, sure. So yeah, you guys kind of like spend the rest of the morning kind of just hanging out, hearing people kind of like talking about like the ship and whatnot.
Eating funnel cake.
Eating funnel cake. Um. Yeah. Did you guys bring the NPCs with you?
If they wanted to come, they were more than welcome to. We didn't
Okay.
say they couldn't, so they could be here if they.
Okay, yeah, they're there. Yeah, I'd say they all kind of stayed on the ground too, unless like you really wanted Arthur to come up with you.
I was way too distracted to even remember he existed. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Fulcrum and B, as you guys are kind of staying on the ground while the others went in. Athelos would have said something about the ship being strange, kind of like the sentimentality of like if we were supposed to be able to fly, we would have been born with wings. That type of
Oh
stupid
God.
Old man yells like
Yeah.
Old man was like, "Ah, we're not supposed to
Okay,
fly."
Grandpa.
I just like my feet on the ground. I don't have any higher thoughts about that.
I love the idea, Athelos. If we were meant to fly, we would have been here. Malkir coughs. Sure, flight, all that.
Yeah, flight's so dumb, guys.
What do what happens with like the royal family, like the crown prince and the princess? Are they just like chilling? Do they have like their own private tour or something? Probably.
They're just chilling, talking to the other nobles about it. You get the sense that the nobility don't care as much about the inner workings of the ship. More, they care about the ship as a whole.
Yeah, they just want they want their own method of transportation.
Well, like, yeah, it also like opens up like a whole like new like form of trade as well.
Yeah.
Instinctively, Malkir would want to schmooze with the nobles, but that's if he's even gonna be regarded amongst them.
Is Lady Llama here?
Thinking.
She is not here now.
Damn.
She cares more about things of the past than about things of the future.
That's fair. Does the like horn carver ever like go over to talk to the fancy people?
No, he stays with the other massa workers. However, you do see that some what looks to be like merchants kind of like talk to him at one point.
So when can we get our own?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I want to see if I can overhear massa related conversations, but they're probably just like enjoying their day of not being in the office. God, it feels so good to get outside.
Did they say how long the ship was going to be landed?
They did not.
I'll try and schmooze with the lesser nobles. Try to get amongst them, sort of, see if there's
Okay.
anybody willing to regard, like, engage in casual conversation about, potential military capabilities of this ship, and what, the vested interests are of some of these nobles.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of like push your way through the crowds, and you can see there's like outside of like the main box where Prince Godric and like the higher nobility are. It does look like there's like what kind of look like just like some random like tables that have been brought out where there's like some lesser nobility just like enjoying some morning tea while they look at the watch the show. You do get stopped by the guards, however, when you kind of like start walking towards them. You see, yeah, one of the guards will be like, I was like, "Hold, this area is cordoned off."
Because I'd
This
assume
is
I'd assume I'd
this this part of the area is reserved for a different sort of spectator.
hands them the scroll of pedigree. I assume this would probably justify my entrance.
I'd say make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Hopefully, I roll at least decently. Minimum I can get on a die is an 8.
Well, you got it.
Treat a roll of 7 or lower as an 8.
That's right. I forgot you also had an ability like that.
Man, we are such a fucking asshole group when it comes to. We are just so
Yay!
annoying. We are so annoying.
All right. I would say a 15 because we 8 plus 7. 15 is enough. He does kind of give you a strange look.
Give him the same look back. Is like
Rough night, eh, sir? Well,
rough indeed.
he steps to the side and lets you in.
Yep. Steps inside. I'll sort of regard some of the other nobles and sort of generally just engage in casual conversation, see what everybody's vested interests are, and
Sure. I would say, they regard you kind of plainly, as they're not familiar with you, but you're able to get in here, so you must be someone important at least. But yeah, it's very light conversation about kind of wondering like how much one of these things will cost, if it'd be worth it to use it in trade, or possibly just to have one as like a personal way of getting around. Just that type of thing.
all right. Spend as much time as I can here before the ship takes off, and I can clock where it's gonna go.
Sure. Yeah. So then, yeah, you'd be able to do that, seeing how you're separate from the rest of the group when it takes off. The rest of you, you kind of just hang out, and it's the ship is there all morning, and kind of near like just after noon is when Horncarver brings up the magical microphone again, and
If
in
he's
order
announcing
to...
that it's going to
Yeah.
be leaving soon, she wants to do something.
Yes.
Okay, so what are you gonna try and do?
I'm gonna go in my bag of holding.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna take out a notebook and a pencil.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my bag of holding off. I'm gonna give it to Kit and say, I gotta do it.
Okay.
Put it in her head. And then
Cool. Take the bag. Let go of her hand.
I gotta do it.
I gotta do it.
Okay. And what do you do?
Well, we gotta get like somewhat closer, but not being in line and not being like sus. And then I'm gonna wild shape into this little spider
Okay.
going for that boat.
Yeah, and I'm going to make her an invisible spider.
Oh, okay. Invisible spider. Nice. All right. So invisible spider making your way through a heavily crowded area
Yep.
to get onto the gangplank that leads into the ship.
Yep.
This is less going to be stealth because nobody's really looking down at the moment.
Nobody would clock
And
it
she's
in.
invisible.
and also you're invisible. So I'm gonna say go ahead and just make an acrobatics check to see if you get stepped on.
Okay, I was gonna say if we do get to the like gangplank and stuff for the majority of it, I'm gonna like walk like on the underside and the safe
Right.
stuff and blah blah blah.
Yeah, once you
Acrobatics.
get to the gangplank, that's fine. But you
Get
gotta
there.
get there first.
Yeah. What's
Gotta-
a spider's? I need a spider. Dex. Come on, spiders have at least better decks than me, please.
+2.
Yeah, it's a dex +2.
Acrobatics. Oh, it's the same as mine. Hooray!
Hmm.
I don't have advantage. No more.
Nope, not on this.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good spider.
Yes!
Good spider.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. Slowly but surely, with your 20 feet of movement, you definitely jump from foot to foot to avoid getting stomped on, and eventually make it to the gangplank.
Going for that engine room.
All right. Now I will have you make a stealth check at advantage.
Spiders have a +4 to stealth.
They
No.
sure do.
+4. I'll just roll. Then, or add 2. I'll just roll mine. 15.
All right. Let me check something here.
See if any guards have true sight.
I'll tell you this, they don't have true sight,
They
but
just have a built-in magic defense thing. Moonbeam attached all the time. Can't even tell. No
Oh
trickers
shit, it's
here.
just covered in a moonbeam. I'm going with the hopes that this is like, because this is probably like one of the earlier functional prototypes, it may not have all the bells and whistles, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Anti-magic defenses just yet, hopefully.
Wait, you don't want them to like misfire on somebody.
okay. As you are making your way to the engine room, you notice that one of the kind of random people just kind of mewing about the ship, as like people are like, they've announced that the ship will be departing soon, so they're in the process of getting everybody off of the ship. And one of the just kind of common people that's in the process of being shown off the ship, you can see they kind of clock a movement coming from your direction. And they squint and look in your general direction.
I go into some like dark like corner where a spider would be.
Like spider, actually spider.
I'm a spider.
Make him a web.
Yep, that's it.
Make
You
him a
know,
web because I'm a spider.
God. Go ahead and make another stealth check in advantage.
Gosh, why didn't I just cast Pass Without Trace before I spider? I was too nervous and excited. This is fine. Stealth check with advantage. +2 to whatever this is. Oh gosh.
Ooh.
11. They're getting money.
11. It's
You're
an
blowing
11.
it yet.
You can see a figure moves over to where you're hiding, and they like pick up the box that you're hiding behind, and they look down at
Scare you
you.
away.
Well, hold on. They
that's
look
right.
they look down in your general direction, and they look confused. And then you see them cast a spell,
Oh no.
Oh no.
and Kit, you are suddenly aware that the invisibility spell has ended.
Oh, I forgot I was invisible.
Yeah.
And you see this figure looking down at you, Cat, and say, "How curious.
Okay.
An invisible spider."
Like, still trying to just scurry
And
away.
now you can scurry away.
Yeah.
The figure keeps pace with you fairly easily, as
Yes,
a
I'm a
spider is
spider.
not very fast.
Yeah.
Like looking for a crack to go into.
Yep.
Anything.
I just fight.
Somebody
Wait,
has
who,
to have
what
dropped
was
something
this?
for it.
Is this person wearing like are they like a guard? I know
They are
earlier
not a
when-
guard. They seem to be wearing common clothes, as if they were a normal person.
What
Are
the
you-
fuck?
Some conjurer studied and knew to spell magic?
I wish you weren't so far away, so I could talk to you. Oh well. Or do
Yeah,
I?
when
literally-
I notice that invisibility has like gone off,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to take the bag of holding off and I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna give it to B
Okay.
and I'm gonna grab her on the shoulders and I'm just gonna be like,
Huh?
do not give this to anybody or lose it.
I'm gonna put it on my body.
With your life, B. And then I walk away towards the ship.
I just salute
Okay.
you.
Oh man. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should just be brave like I did with the cat and just talk to this dude as a spider.
Oh yeah, an invisible talking spider.
Not
Even
invisible
less
anymore.
suspicious. No, I know,
already-
but you were.
Yeah, but what? Like, it's like, what's he already gonna be thinking, right? So it's like, do I just?
Let's see
He
here.
won't be allowed into the engine room though.
Listen, you've
But
just
he
reached.
might rat me out.
You are an evolved species of spider. Okay, you've developed the ability to go invisible.
Uninvolved herself. What?
I was gonna use one thing, but I realized it has a touch, so I can do that. All right.
Fun to find out she's the chosen in disguise.
Oh
Actually, you
no.
know what? This other spell, interestingly, I don't think would work very well with someone that's in that. So I don't think they would do that either. This is interesting.
I'm gonna go to a not engine room first if he's following me.
Okay. How about this? We're just gonna. No, that wouldn't make sense either. Interesting. Yeah. So this person, they follow you into like a side room, whatever.
And I'm gonna try and act like normal spider still.
All right.
Find some corner. Maybe there's already a spider web there. That'd be cool. Can I
I'm
make a
trying
friend?
to. Yeah, I'm trying to get back on the ship.
Right. Which is very hard to do, seeing how they're in the process of pushing everybody out of the ship.
Exactly, but I just wanted that to be said.
Yes,
So
I
that-
figured as much.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead and make a acrobatics check, as this figure's gonna try and grab you.
Oh no.
You got this. Believe.
I believe.
Yes.
Oh, I don't have advantage. Oh, it's a 10.
No, it's a 10.
It's a 10,
No.
okay. Well, luckily, this person's not very strong. Yep, that's only a 3.
Yes. Why didn't I cast I took so many concentration spells today because I was like, I'm gonna be sneaking to go see or steal or whatever they show, and then I didn't do any of them. Anyway, it's fine.
So, they go to grab at you, and you're able to kind of bat their hand away, kind of like jump over their hand. However, they do get a they're unable to grab you, but they are able to at least touch you, and they will take that kind of moment of momentary contact to cast a spell, and I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Come on, Cat, you're a druid. Thank you, Cat.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, you feel that something was trying to kind of hold you in place, but you're able to kind of shake it off. Where are you going now?
I'm gonna try and lead him away so that a guard or something on the ship that's trying to get everybody off will see him.
All right. You lead this figure out into kind of like a more open area where people are more kind of out and about. And as you kind of make your way out in there, amongst the people, the figure that's been following you says, "Oh my God, that spider's huge!" And all the people kind of around you hear that, and they look around and they see you, and they all start now freaking out as the common folk not exactly being the smartest and seeing a giant, not a giant spider, but a huge spider, kind of start to kind of push more to get out. And I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my God! No, I didn't want to get close to the people. That's okay.
Well, that's where the
Dexterity.
guards are.
Yeah, I just. Come on, Cat. Nice.
Okay, hey, rolling pretty well.
So many 18s. So many 18s.
Don't talk about it. You're gonna jinx me.
All right. Yeah, and you definitely dodge out of the way of all of these people.
Shadow away.
Yeah, as the guards kind of they see you and they see this figure, as they no longer have to push the people out, as everybody's kind of frantically trying to get away from the spider, and they look between you and the figure, and the figure says, "Quick, grab it! Be careful, it's not a normal spider." To which the guards now start moving towards you to try and capture you.
Okay. How dare they?
He's a plant.
That's the worst.
All right, so now go ahead and make another acrobatics check, as the guards are now trying to catch you.
Yeah.
And Kit, I would like you to make an athletics check as you're trying to push against the wave of people frantically trying to get out of the ship.
Freaking dummies.
No, it's because you talked about it.
I'm sorry.
Oh no!
My +0. Ooh.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oof.
I rolled a 5.
Yeah. So you are swept away by the crowd of people, unable to get any closer to the ship. As the
Wait, can I edge density on myself to give myself advantage?
I would say that's something you would have to do beforehand, and this is kind
Okay.
of like a surprising thing, as
Oh,
the
I guess
people that
the
were kind of
wave.
slowly pushing against you, just suddenly a wave of people all trying to get out of the ship. Yeah. So, yeah, the guards kind of jump on jump on you, Cat, and they're able to get a hold of you. To which the figure says, "Now, what are you?" And you can see that they're taking out of a pocket just what looks to be just like a large kind of like glass jug. And you are put into the bottle.
Oh, I was muted. I was gonna say I'm gonna talk in his head as he's approaching.
Okay, what do you say as he brings out the bottle?
I'm just gonna say I'm just assisting what would a familiar call their person? I want to pretend to be I'm a familiar.
Their keeper or their mage?
Okay. I guess I'll
Have you
just say
have
my.
you seen my mage?
Have you seen my mage?
Go ahead and make a deception check.
Hey, at least I'm not proficient in this either. Ooh.
Okay. Ah, a familiar. Glad I didn't kill you then. Don't worry. I'll bring you right back to your mage as as this figure puts you in the bottle.
That didn't sound ominous at all.
Have you seen a purple earring?
What?
I'm gonna ask them that in their head. Have you seen a purple earring? They dropped it on the ship.
The figure just ignores that.
Aww.
Yeah.
It's worth a try.
All right. So, Kit, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. Perception. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Bruh.
Okay.
Bruh.
Yeah. Okay. So, Kit, as you kind of like fight against the crowd, you see the last people kind of like leave the ship, and the gangplank gets moved back up onto the ship. And so you don't know where your sister's at, and now, if assuming she's in the ship, she's stuck on the ship.
God damn it. And yeah, there's no way on, right?
What's that?
There's no way on with the gangplank being up.
The gangplank was how most people were getting on. The ship is still currently tied down. They haven't undone the restraints yet.
So there are people on the ship that I can see?
There are people on the ship, just like crew members of the ship. All the people that were visiting the ship have left the ship.
Okay, I guess I'll like try and yell out to them. Or like, are there guards down at the bottom, like the ones that were also part of the like that were, probably ushering people on and off, or were they all just like on the ship?
The guards that were ushering the people off the ship have also left the ship.
Oh, I will run over to them and just be like, "I'm sorry, I need to get back on there."
What? Why?
I dropped something really, really, really important, and it's one of a kind. And like there's no way for me to get it back. It's like a family. Oh, my parents are gonna be so mad. It's a family heirloom. I really, really just need to get on there and just see if I dropped it on the ship. Please, I showed them my ticket. I'm like, I was on there to go look at it, and I really need to get back on. It'll be like 30 seconds, a minute, not even.
I'm sorry, miss, but they have a schedule they're trying to keep to. Any lost items that you would like to recover, you can make a claim to at, I suppose, the Massa office. I'm sure it would still
Is it
be on the ship.
going back there?
Near there, yes. I'm assuming that the I don't know exactly where they were keeping the ship prior to the show, but I'm assuming it's going back where it came from.
Is there somebody around here that I could talk to that would know? Could you point me in their direction? Please, it's really, really, really important.
Well, you can try talking to the sergeant over there, but I'm sure he's going to give you the same answer I gave you. And he kind of points you to a guy that has slightly more fancy armor than this guy does.
Guards escalate, and like it's just his armor is shinier. It's a different color. That's how you know he's in charge.
Uh-huh.
I guess I'll go over to the sergeant then and see if he knows
Okay.
anything more.
Yeah, he basically gives you the same spiel, whereas any lost items you can make a claim at Massa. They can try to get it to you if they find it.
Mother trucker. I don't think. Okay, fine. I will go back to the group. There's no way I can get on.
All right. So, Kat, you are taken off of the ship, and walked, in the, hands of this figure through the crowd, to what looks to be, an area near the, like the box where the royal family was, or like the not the royal family, the prince and the other nobles were hanging out. And you are led to a tent where there are a few other people, kind of like discussing something. And you notice that they're all kind of dressed the same, and they all like it's like in a crowd you wouldn't notice these people, as they are dressed with common clothes. However, now that they're all in like one location alone, you can tell that they're all wearing the same common clothes. To which the one that is carrying you says, "Lieutenant, I found something that you might find interesting. A spider that had made its way onto the ship once people were getting off. It was invisible previously, to which I took care of, and it even started to speak to me psychically, claiming to be a familiar of someone." To which you can see a woman kind of turns to face you and this figure holding you. And she says, interesting. To which the one that is holding you says, wasn't sure if it was a security breach or not, so I thought I'd capture it, bring it back. Then, oh, good work. If it is a familiar, why hasn't it gone back to its mage yet?
I'll say in her head, because I haven't completed my mission. I need to find the earring.
Hmm. We'll take it with us. I'll question it once we get back to base. And he takes the bottle that you're in, and they open up what looks to be like a small suitcase, and they put the bottle with you in it in the suitcase.
Oh boy.
All right, and then we'll go back to the rest of the group. Kit, do you return to the rest of the group?
Yeah.
All right, you do so.
In a big old panic. Her head's like whipping every direction, like.
What's going on?
She like takes a deep breath. She's like, "Okay, it's your sister. Don't say anything mean." She's like, "Cat's gone."
What? What do you mean?
I take the bag back from B. I let her get on the stupid ship, and now she's gone. Well, I don't know if she's on the ship. I don't know where she is, but I cannot find her.
He's missing?
Yes.
I just look around. I don't even move. I don't see her.
See a lot of knees.
Thanks, B.
Right around this time is when the ship has separated its lines from the ground, and the kind of like initial buoyancy of the ship starts to lift it off the ground. And then everybody kind of like around you starts to kind of like start clapping as the ship starts to raise up into the air, and you see a very heavy flame from that chimney pushing up straight into the balloon. And at the same time that that heavy flame starts to push up into the balloon, you hear a cry of pain come from Ruby.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
What? Ah! Taylor? Sorry. In our group chat, Ruby, you're in pain. I wasn't expecting it. Wanting to be able to sort of give Ruby my full attention in this moment, and while everybody is seemingly distracted with like, wow, an airship that's flying, I'm gonna pop Inkblot out, and before he can like say a word, I'm just gonna be like, not the time. You're gonna follow that. See the thing flying in the air? You're gonna follow it, and you're gonna tell me where it lands, okay?
Even in this kind of like tense moment, like there's like a moment of like sternness in your voice, and seeing Ruby like doubled over in pain in the middle of this cheering crowd, that he doesn't actually say anything, and he just goes flying off towards the airship.
God, okay. And then I will. I'd say I would ask Ruby what's wrong, but
as you kind. Do you ask Ruby what's wrong?
I will
Would.
ask Ruby what's wrong.
Okay.
It just feels weird when Kayla's not here.
Yeah. You kind of like taking a moment to forget about the big problem, which is Cat is missing.
Too many
You
problems.
focus on this slightly smaller problem of Ruby in pain. And you ask her like what's going on? And through kind of clenched teeth, she says, "I can hear its screams."
Oh no.
Shit.
And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Oh no.
Shit.
They have like a fire elemental in there to use that blimp.
Maybe.
That same one probably.
Yeah, the one that we like found in the city. Oh no.
But on that note, I'm going to end the stream here. So thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you next week.